And welcome to Blackfeather Guild. Before we go in and say hi to the cast and get started with the show, I wanted to talk very briefly about viewer actions and a little bit about sponsors. So, first off, there's a number of ways that you can actually actively participate in the show through viewer actions. One of the easiest ways to do so is through retweeting the game tweet. You should see that somewhere in chat if it's not in there already. But you just click on that link and hit retweet, and for every 5 retweets, that we get on that, it will add a bonus to the cast pool and the game master pool. Now, in most cases, that's going to be an extra d6 that they can add on to any roll. Basically, a great way to use that is if a player is almost meeting a DC, but they're just not quite there, they can grab one of those d6s from the cast pool, roll that, and then add that to their roll. Basically, is how that works. Same with the GM. So that's one of the easiest ways that you can participate that way. Another way is through guild coins. That's our Twitch channel points. If you look at the rainbow colored icon, it should have the Black Feather Guild crest on it. It should be right below your Twitch chat box. If you click on that, it'll show you all the different things that you can get with those. The biggest one being plot points. Now, plot points, you can see an example right over here. They all work pretty much the same way. It's just a matter of how big of an impact they have. So for the example, when we've got 2 plot points, the player of your choice gets something moderately helpful or unhelpful. Enter any suggestions for the GM into chat, or you can have the GM come up with something entirely on their own. So just choose if you want it to be helpful or unhelpful to the party, and that's kind of how you can use them. You can throw in your own suggestions as well. How those work: 1 plot point is something trivially helpful or unhelpful. 2 is moderately. 3 is very, and 4 is very to the entire party. So if you want to do something to help the entire party or really throw a monkey wrench in their plans, 4 plot points will do that. So that's guild coins. And then finally, we've got donations. So if you want to help out with keeping the lights on in the place, so to speak, there's a number of ways that you can financially contribute. One of those being coffee.com/Raven or raven.rocks. You can see both of those examples down there at the bottom. Those are the addresses to do direct donations. You can also do Twitch subscriptions or bits. Those work the same way. And then finally, Patreon. We've got a Patreon, which you should see in chat here any second if it's not there already. And our Bard tier patrons and higher get credits towards viewer actions every month that they can use on any show that they would like. You just have to let us know in chat how you want to spend those, and then we'll hand those out. So some very cool stuff. Before we hop over to see the cast, one last thing to mention is a couple things on this chart here. We've already covered the D6 and the plot points, but the triple crits, what that means is you can gift auto critical successes. And you can, it's triple because you get 3. You can divvy those out however you'd like. You can do 2 to the cast, 1 to the game master, all of them to the game master, however you want to do it. So they work much like the D6s. The cast members just grab that when they're available and they really need them and use them. So it's pretty cool. And then finally, the last one, introduce an ally or enemy NPC. Just give us a brief description of what you want this character to look like, kind of their character concept and a name, and let us know if you want it to be an enemy or an ally to the party, and the GM will basically take that and run with it. So really cool ways that you can participate. Lastly, I just want to take a quick moment to mention our sponsors. If you look at the logos down below, that's who's sponsoring this episode, and we'll talk a little bit about that before we introduce everybody as well on the next scene. So yeah, check all this stuff out and thank them for supporting us, and thank you for being here and watching. Let's go say hi to the cast. So, we're back with the finale for Water, and probably, maybe, nobody's gonna die, possibly, or maybe everybody will. We'll see. Before we jump into the before we jump into the action, though, so all of our sponsor information is there in chat for Fundamental RPG, which this game is built on, and Grinding Coffee Company. Get 13% off your order with the code RAVVYN, and again, all that info's in chat. So before we find out what's going to happen to our survivors, if they're going to make it through the session, let's talk to the players and learn a little bit about everybody before we dive in, so to speak. So as usual, we're going to start at the top left with Alex. Tell us a little bit about Susie and remind us kind of what she looks like and a little bit about yourself.
Hey, I'm Alex. I'm a digital artist. I post around on Twitter at Agent Boss. So I'm playing Susie Nanya. To get into character today, I listen to aggressive emo music, and so she's 15 years old, has a knife, and trains sharks, to quote Jay. She's sort of very, very fit 15-year-old girl with like Salish native features and very faded rainbow colored hair.
Fantastic. Next we've got Zan with Wilfred. Tell us a little bit about Wilfred, how he looks, and a little bit about yourself.
Hello, everyone. It's always a great pleasure to be back. I'm Zan. I'm a professional GM and content creator for 5e and World of Darkness and a whole bunch of other systems out there. And I am playing Wilfred. Not said with a silly accent. Don't know where that came from. He is definitely not a bastard. Definitely has everyone's best intentions at heart. Just whether or not people can handle the truth is the issue. And
he's possessed by alien robots.
People just can't handle the truth. It's unfortunate. He's a kind of a taller, fairly lanky dude with salt and pepper hair that he tries to keep slicked back, but these days it's getting a little bit longer and a little bit more unkempt. He's probably got a little bit of an unkempt beard growing on as well, given the time on the island. Yeah.
That's such a negative word. Fantastic. Let's hop over to, speaking of Pat, tell us a little bit about Owen, what Owen looks like, and yourself.
Sure. Owen is the crew's chef. He's a guy in his younger 20s, like massive bedhead, despite the fact that I don't think we have beds, do we? Did we ever make beds? No.
Yeah, we did.
We did.
Yeah, we have like cots.
Well, it's justified then.
On the island and at the freezer. Or the fridge.
Nice. Well, yeah, he is definitely not possessed, and he resents the word. He has a communal relationship going on with some sort of technology, and he just wants everyone to get off this planet together.
Fair enough.
Also, I'm Pat. I'm a tactric on Places Online, and I play games where people will help me.
And
Awesome.
forget my name.
What?
No, I was just saying, and he forgets his name too. That's another thing.
Oh, yeah. Leland, tell us a little bit about Lyle and yourself and all that good stuff.
Okay, cool. I am playing Lyle Henderson, a barber slash hairdresser. I am not held within the constraints of the traditional barber or hairdresser style code, so I can do both. If you need your mustache waxed, got you. If you need like a pink mohawk, I got you. You know. So anyway, good for all those things. Chiseled blonde guy with a goatee mustache, I think, that might be what I said last week, because last week was the first time I ever thought about what he looked like, to be honest.
To be fair, he's the only one amongst us with the training to do his own facial hair.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I've got a nice like clean cut goatee going, and I don't remember what I said my hair was. Probably short. Probably keep it short. But with like a little like stylish spikiness going on at the front. Let's see. I'm really into animals. Oh, and I'm Leland also. I'm a social media consultant for various companies, and I play games, and it's fun to play them. And I'm going to be playing in them next season too, so look out for me, but on Friday nights. Anyway, yeah, cool. What else was there?
I think that was it.
Right? Okay, cool.
All right, passing it on over to Jay. Tell us a little bit about Tamsin. Remind us what she looks like, and a little about yourself.
Absolutely. I am playing Tamsin, who is a kind of mid-age 60s astrophysicist, and she is absolutely done with this fucking planet. She said she was, up until kind of last session, very afraid of just being in the water, let alone around anything else. So she's there's been a paradigm shift, let's say, with everything that's gone on and everything that's been revealed. She is, I would say she's probably darker skin, kind of like Middle Eastern complexion, white hair, very, very short, though now it's probably gone a little raggedy, unless Lyle has been giving it attention. And she usually wears like a very light dress shirt, if anything, over the wetsuit. But isn't super concerned with looks because she's getting on, and every morning she wakes up on an alien planet and her body hurts.
All right. Is that the year 2020 that you just described?
Also, Susie has modified her wetsuit so it now looks like macrodar markings.
Oh god, of course.
It's probably like the
Back,
year.
would anybody like to see what Susie looks like now?
Yeah, absolutely. Throw the link in chat there. Turned out really good. And yeah, I think the year's like 2020.
All years ending in 20 are just bad from now on. Yeah.
Yep, got it.
All right, and then last but not least, we've got Eknorlax. Tell us a little bit about Boris. Remind us what he looks like and a little about yourself.
Hey, I'm Eknorlax. I play mostly games. Sometimes write about it and sometimes code something about connected with games too. I'm playing Boris. Boris is like time traveler who came from the Soviet Union into 23rd century. He is a tall, burly guy with thick mustache and Russian accent. He's closing to 50. His hair is still black, though.
He accidentally adopted a child.
Yeah. Yep, and he will need to take care of the child. Because child left the camp alone. Yeah, that's pretty much all.
All right. Yeah, when we left off last week, there was a lot going on, and a lot of we almost had some Lord of the Flies moments there. Susie ran off with the boat. People were mad. I cannot remember who all was on what side because it seemed to be swapping every so often.
Until Quackers cleared the situation.
Yeah. But Susie has gone off with the boat, and I think we'll start there. It's getting on into the evenings, it's starting to get a little bit dark. What do you all do on the island now?
So, the moment Boris heard the engine of the boat starting, he looked around and said, "What now?" And so Susie, embarking on her journey, and so Boris just picked up her pad because we need to communicate and went after her, taking Owen's submarine. Whoever. I think I jumped into my accent too early. That was not Boris speaking, that was me. So yeah, anybody wants to stop Boris too?
Owen would insist on unloading the submarine first.
Oh, no time.
Okay, well then, gun.
Oh right, your gel pod shooter, or your gas pod shooter, right?
You'll still be able to catch up to her, but the rest of us need these supplies.
I'm going to bring her here.
She
Can't
doesn't.
go on her own.
I don't like her going on her own, but I think she wants to, and I don't know that you can force her back here.
Oh, I can and I will.
Do I
Um,
overhear this conversation?
Seriously.
I think so.
Okay, I'm gonna sort of step up and sort of kick some gravel on the beach or something, and just be like, well, okay, listen, everyone. I realize you're in a hurry, but maybe if we all work together, we can get everything off the submarine, and then you can rush on after her. Because, if you get eaten by one of those giant sea creatures, God forbid, I mean, it's already happened once, right, Boris? Then yeah, you're gonna lose all that stuff. So let's go ahead and get this stuff.
An excellent point of reasoning there, Lyle.
Seriously, what's wrong with you? She's just a kid.
All right, how about I go over to the beach and I'll swim out and call for her a bit. See if she'll come back. No?
That's
While we're arguing, we could be
unloading
I'm
the
gonna
boat.
unload.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, offloading the stuff while arguing. Got it.
So we want you to bring her back too, Boris. We don't want anything to happen to her. That's not what this is about.
Well, yeah, let's as quickly as possible offload the stuff. I'm gonna try and carry probably more stuff than is normal to carry. My character's been working out.
Okay, let's do a mic check to see how well you're able to do that.
All right,
Doing those quackers lifts.
21.
Well, yeah, you did pretty good job. The materials are heavy, but you're able to. You can either take a few minutes, like maybe 5 to 10 minutes, to take them away from the beach, or you could just unload the whole thing in 3 minutes by just basically grabbing it and tossing it into the sand.
I think that's the plan. It's kind of in a hurry fashion, so we can go ahead and get after Susie.
Okay, it'll take you about 3 minutes to unload it. Is anybody helping with that, or just still arguing and not unloading?
Tamsin
No,
would be
I'm
helping.
definitely helping.
No one's helping. I'm gonna yell at him.
Okay.
We have
So-
to. Come on, hurry up.
But collectively, let's say it takes you about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes to get everything out of there and into the sand, away from the water.
All right, yeah, because I feel like we toss it in the sand first, and then after Boris takes off or whatever, then we can start getting it to a safer position.
Okay.
As a reminder, Owen lost the antenna off of that sub too eventually, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
I hoped I could bring her in 10-15 minutes because Soup is faster. Now it will take half an hour.
That's still not that long.
If you're able to find, where she is, probably wouldn't take that long. The subs are significantly faster.
Well, it's only 10 minutes, I guess. The sail should be still visible.
Probably. Let's do. Let me look at a character sheet real quick. Because I've been running second edition so much that I'm mixing up skills. Let's do either gut feeling or empathy to see if you can figure out where Susie would have gone. Because Alex, you told me where Susie's going, and I'm pretty sure Boris would be able to figure this out.
If I assume I see it, but if I don't see it, then I assume she's going to the top, to the fridge.
Okay. Would you like to want to just stick with that, or would you like to roll to see how you feel about that decision?
Okay, I can roll gut feeling, sure. You can't argue with the rolls if they are good. I hope
so
they are.
16. Your best guess is that she went back to the fridge, or maybe went to the kelp forest. One of those two locations.
Kelp Forest is, as I remember, on the other side of the fridge from the island, so fridge it is.
Darn close, yeah. You'd probably be able to see the boat from the fridge if she's over there. Now, Susie, hopping over to you real quick, you get a mechanical engineering roll to see how well you're navigating over there. Yeah, you do a pretty good job. Susie is I assume still upset, but is able to focus and work the sail and the little small handheld scooter motors on the boat. Over there decently quickly. So you're probably just coming up on the kelp forest, like you can readily see it in front of you. As Boris, are you going above water or underwater to get there?
Whatever's faster.
Probably about the same speed.
Well, I wanted to see the sail, so let's stay above the water, above the surface.
Okay. Around the time that you within sight of the fridge, you can see the sail off in the distance, closing in on the kelp forest.
Okay, so changing course for the sail.
In that case, so Susie, right around the time that you actually get into the kelp forest on the boat, you can see Boris coming towards you in the sub. Getting pretty close.
Your friend.
Susie is still attached to by a searchlight pod because she's been entertaining this little guy the entire time.
Yep.
She kind of sets him down with like a thing made out of like a couple of pieces of like bent screw post with like different types of nuts that you have to like twist certain ways in order to basically get them all off of the post.
Okay.
Basically, random things she's been building as puzzles to keep the search supply distracted. And she like hands one of those over, and she jumps into the water.
Okay.
And she's actually swimming back towards the tub.
All right. Are you trying to do so without being seen?
No, she doesn't care if Boris sees her.
Okay.
What now? And again, change of the course.
And changing the course is Susie just swimming, refusing to get in the submarine.
Okay.
No,
at this
I
point,
don't. Well, you need to surface. I just want to exchange
at this
some words.
point, it's like the aquatic equivalent of like some kid running on the sidewalk, and the parent is like in the car with the window rolled down, yelling at them to get in the car. pretty much what's
Listen.
going on right here.
You'll listen here right now, young lady. Get in my cart.
Only less yelling because she's underwater.
And I just imagine you start like ranting about how rough you had it as a kid, back in
Oh.
Russia, and how listen.
Boris is silent.
How she was
your
grateful.
Until we get a decent chance to talk.
Okay. Assuming you go to the fridge, then yeah, you're both able to talk while you're there.
Susie is collecting supplies and stuff, and Boris is welcome to talk at her.
What
She's not
are you
saying-
doing?
I'm making sure I am not responsible for this.
For what?
Whatever bullshit's going on with the aliens.
You're not responsible in what sense? Like, do you think they will leave you alone?
I'm not helping.
Not helping
I'm not
who?
helping. I'm just removing myself from this equation.
Do aliens know that you remove yourself of the equation?
Pretty sure it'll be obvious when I've managed to train all the macro guard to eat them.
Boris is a bit taking his 5 seconds to process that.
And Susie is making herself a fab builder
What?
out of what's a building fabricator, thing.
Okay.
And she's making sure she takes enough
You
basically supplies to make a multi-purpose room, hatch, and 2 solar panels.
you are aware that they can take the macro guards.
Not if I have all the macro guards. Besides, I'm just staying out of it at this point. Nobody's gonna listen to me. I'm just a kid.
Okay. And what about me?
I don't know, Boris. Are you gonna come with me, or are you gonna make me go back there?
I won't make you do anything. I just want you to listen me, okay? For
All
a
right.
minute.
I'll listen to you, but I'm going to live with the macro guard now. They listen to me.
Well, aliens infected Wilfred when he was alone, and they can move as they see fit over the entire planet, except that control room with the dampening field. Because how otherwise they would get him? And I think you are perfect target if you are alone with macro guards
Okay,
or
then
not.
stay with me.
Now, if you want to stay away from aliens, that there's one best possibility for that. One place they can't go into. That control room.
Yeah, but they want us to go into the control room.
They are idiots. Think about it. They don't know shit about and make a lot of stupid assumptions. Just think how Owen backfired on them.
I'm sorry, the giggling is out of character. I'm sorry.
They believe in their advantage of technology, and I bet they won't interfere with us at all if it seems we are doing their shit.
I don't want to. There's no point. There's no reason for me to leave this planet, Boris. My parents gone. I don't have any family on Earth. We were supposed to go and have a life on the new colony, but that's never going to happen. I have no reason to leave. This
Okay, but-
place is amazing. Why can't I just stay here?
Because there are aliens, alien prisoners who clearly do not have our best interest in mind. Don't care about Earth, don't care about anybody else, but care about yourself at least.
I am.
It's
That's
not-
why I'm staying out here.
No. You are not right about it. Aliens will infect you if you stay alone. And why? Okay, I can go with you.
I'm not gonna stay with those two.
I can go with you, but what about Tamsin and Lyle? Really, our best chances is to work together.
Can I
Even
have
with
a space
Owen.
out here? I just don't want to go back to the island. I just stay out here.
We have to go. I can't leave you here alone. Really, Susie.
I'm not alone. I got Sweetie Pie.
Really, we can deal with those aliens. I can deal with those aliens.
We couldn't even open the wall, Boris. We couldn't do anything to help Owen.
So you're giving up?
If that's how you want to see it, fine, yeah. What's the point?
You weren't like that when you started poking the thing in the stomach from the inside. Why
They
are you
said
trying?
we were gonna kill Tamsin and Lyle.
Who?
Didn't you hear him?
Oh,
Wilfred. He told Tamsin and Lyle we were going to kill them.
and
The only time I've ever wanted to kill somebody was when I thought Lyle killed Chuck. But now I know Lyle's harmless.
I'm not sure how their lies even belong to this equation.
I'm not going back, Boris.
If you're not going back, I'm not going back. And who
Right.
will protect Tamsin and Lyle from those two?
Quackers.
Please, Susie.
Come on, as soon as they come for Quackers, Lyle is going to stab them all with his scissors. Everybody knows that. And they'll come for Quackers because Quackers can tell what they are now.
Really. I don't know what to say.
Well, you can
I'm
help
good
me
at
by carrying
I'm good
that
at building
titanium for
stuff.
me.
I'm good at
Okay.
building stuff.
Then help me build a base.
I'm good at fixing stuff.
Okay, then help me maintain the base.
I'm good at punching stuff.
Well, okay, just try not to punch the macrogar. They don't like it much.
I think right there we're gonna hop back over to the island and check in on everybody else.
Where the rest of us have successfully worked through all of our issues.
Yep. So you see, this really all stems from an abusive relationship with my uncle when I was a child. So I just have a hard time fully trusting people to have my best interest at heart.
Fuck that guy, man. If for some weird reason he was out here on this planet, I would feed him to the thing that ate Boris that one time.
Yes, you've miraculously somehow condensed years of therapy into about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And everybody's
It's
happy
movie
now.
time.
Yeah.
Hey, it's therapy while you work, you know. We were having to carry all that stuff and hard work.
Yeah, Bosco doesn't subsidize therapy, so you got to do it on the clock.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, Michael just dropped 20,000.
Oh no.
Whoa.
To swap me
Oh,
and
no.
Econorlax.
Well,
Oh no!
now you get to deal with a 15-year-old.
So,
Okay.
Raven,
Relax.
please convince her.
Oh my god,
I-
that's bad.
I take care of the island. You try to convince her.
All right, and I apologize for the bad Russian accent in advance for everyone that has to hear it.
It's
no, it's fine. It's it's gonna be. So Econorlax, you're gonna be Yimming for 5 minutes, and I will be Boris for 5 minutes.
Do we want to swap back to Boris though? Because that way the
Yeah, I was gonna say if you're ready for it, we can swap back over now for 5 minutes, and then we'll hop over to the island.
Okay. So
Alright.
essentially, I won't do a thing, but you try to convince her.
Okay.
I'm
alright,
good with
5
that.
Starting now. Alright, so I think Boris is going to look very sternly at Susie and go, you know, and I'm not even gonna try to do the accent. I can't. do
Oh, I don't
Um,
blame you.
it. You know, if you do plan to stay here and build a life and build a base, and just throw everything away, leave everything behind, you're gonna need to have a plan.
I do
You're
have a
gonna
plan.
have plans for that plan, and contingency plans for those plans.
Well, I have a plan. You can make the contingencies. Come on, grab that titanium for me.
I think Boris is gonna cross his arms, stop for a moment, and say, "We have time. Explain to me your plan."
My plan is to go and build a base deep in Macrogard territory. I figured out where their nests are, and they like me well enough that I can set up near them. I can continue with their training, and I can start a selective breeding program.
Very interesting. How are you going to build that base there?
Habitat builder, titanium, and some quartz.
Okay, and what will you eat and drink while you're doing this?
Fish and water.
Okay, and you're going to collect all of these while building this base.
Well, I already have the blueprints for the fabricator and the hab builder. As soon as I got the parts for that, I'm pretty much set to go. I don't even need
Okay.
to come to the surface.
And what'll happen if you eat a bad fish, or you get cut on something and it gets infected and need medical attention, or get
Then
caught
I'll
out?
die.
Yeah, that's a problem.
I don't think you understand, Boris. I'm okay dying like that. I'm not okay dying being used by aliens. First thing I got told when I woke up on this planet was my parent was dead. And you keep trying to act like you're my parent. You're not. You're Boris.
I never said I was your parent. But I understand why you feel that way.
Now you're
But
gonna
I
help me or
can't-
you're not.
I'm trying to help you by helping you understand you need to stop and think more and plan this out.
No. Every time we stop and think, bad shit happens.
Have you not seen what Wilfred and Owen and the rest, when they make rash decisions, what happens? Worse things happen when you don't plan things out.
That's because they're possessed by aliens.
Even
Who have
before the
thousands
aliens.
and thousands of years to prepare.
Even before the aliens, they were making rash decisions and...
I
But
don't
then-
know.
well,
Wilfred left the
other
first
people-
night I was here.
All right, someone pay to switch me to Boris because I'm just gonna conk her over the head and drag her back to the base. No, I'm just kidding.
so we got about a minute and a half left.
I would.
Equinolex,
Knowing me, I'd fail and hurt myself.
Is there anything you'd like to do as DM and then over the next minute and a half here?
No. I'm happy if you convince her.
Okay.
Are you giving up?
Well, I think I would like to make a roll, an opposed roll, with Susie
Yeah.
to see if this is convincing at all.
Now's your chance to throw in a Kraken Viper, Boris. Come on.
Can I roll my discipline roll to be not convinced?
Yes.
Wait with.
Speech.
Okay, do the speech.
See if you get better than 19. Ah!
Boris was not made for speaking.
Oops, that's like, how did I get 10 on a D6?
1d16.
Okay, not good enough.
Not good enough.
Boris makes a very, very good, solid argument, but it's not enough.
Susie is 15.
And with that, we'll I will relinquish control of the character back to you, Equinolex. Timer's
Okay.
up. That was great.
Sorry.
Okay, so
sorry about Susie.
one sentence before we switch back to the island.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we should have used the skill influential with teenagers.
Yes.
Well,
Hey, teens, I am hip with the down.
Yeehaw, fellow teens.
yep. Okay.
All right. Now we'll hop back to the island. What's this conversation looking like? And as you discuss, I will be right back.
I
Continue,
imagine Tamsin is
right
just kind of staring at at Owen and Wilfred from a safe distance apart, enough to see both of them.
Yeah, I imagine I'm standing over there next to Tamsin, just eyeing them just the same. It's kind of, there's still that contention of like those two on one side of the beach and those two
Yeah.
on the other, just staring.
There's
at
definitely
each other
two groups of
awkwardly.
two. This is like some Survivor shit.
I'm like,
No.
I'm like messing with my scissors a little bit too much.
I think I don't know if I noticed. I think I'm just trying to drag the supplies off the sand.
Yeah, and I'm definitely helping, but there's probably two separate piles of stuff now too, because we're probably not wanting to get too close to you all to like drop stuff off.
I mean, Owen isn't sticking too close to Wilfred, so unless you very visibly like tell him to not be near you, I don't know that he's avoiding dragging stuff to your pile.
Oh no. Well,
What's Wilfred doing, Zan?
I'm just whistling, dragging boxes,
that's creepy.
just trying to make myself useful.
So, yeah, it's been a wild couple of days. How's everybody been? Sorry, just I try to make stupid small talk when I'm nervous, and I know it doesn't help anything.
You were a barber, Lyle. Isn't that what you're supposed to do? Just
Yeah,
make small
yeah.
talk.
Yeah, well, Well, what I was and what I am now are two totally different things, I feel like, because I don't know if we're ever going to get out of this place. I might as well just accept the fact that I'm going to get turned into fucking Terminator at any moment, or killed by one. I don't know.
What's a Terminator?
Terminator. It's an older sci-fi film about like a robot invasion on Earth. It's good stuff. Sorry, I'm a classic junkie.
That's fine.
I think you're being a little paranoid here. We are all, trying to make the best of what we have while we have it.
Yeah, okay, I don't know what that means, but yeah, I'm just worried about the robots. So yeah, whatever you have to say there, Wilfred. I'm not sure. And Owen, if you could you go and go over there a little further that way?
Yeah. What's over here?
Just where you should stand.
Is there any
vision? No, I'm just, I just feel like maybe we should just watch each other a little bit over the next few days and be a little extra careful.
When you say watch each other, you don't mean that we watch you as well. What you mean is that Owen and myself are under surveillance while you figure out if you're going to let us live.
Oh no, I definitely don't plan on killing anyone. The most I would ever vote for is exile, if I'm being completely honest. All I have for these scissors, man. And let's be honest. What am I gonna do? I mean, well, they're pretty sharp, but anyway. Sorry, I'm nervous. This is just a nerve-wracking situation, don't you think?
If you don't trust my intentions, I will not put up resistance. You can strike me down where I stand.
Okay, listen, Jedi. I'm not gonna duel you, okay?
It's not a duel, it's an execution.
Oh, definitely not gonna do that either. But I don't know if Tamsin's into it, but I'm just not much of an executioner myself unless we're talking about split ends.
Then what's the point of putting us under all this observation if you're not going to be willing to take any steps necessary?
Listen, exile.
Because we're worried you're going to.
Yeah, we're worried you're going to execute us. Yeah, that's right. Tamsin's, she's got it. Start stroking the top of Quacker's head.
You can end all of this right now if you want.
Yeah, I don't want to though, because everything could be okay. Like you could be fine. Like
I would object.
So
for the record.
I'm not a murderer, Wilfred.
Yeah.
I'm a 63-year-old astrophysicist.
Yeah, same.
And I'm going to be honest,
sort
I don't think I could take you in a fight, even if I did have better weapons. And I don't think I'd want to. But I sure as hell don't want to get knifed or strangled or otherwise killed in the middle of the night.
Or electrocuted by a bottle of water.
Whatever it happens to be.
Like you tried to do last time.
A fair point.
Listen, this conversation's just it's hit a wall. Let's just be of the understanding that we're going to be on the lookout of each other. If you want to watch us carefully, go right ahead. Honestly, I would. If I was in your shoes, I would be paranoid of Tamsin and myself as well.
So I have no reason to keep my eyes on you, to be on the lookout. I have nothing to suspect from the two of you, and I've already said if you two make the judgment to be absolutely certain of my intentions, and I will not stop you.
Yeah, I understand that, but I think whether you think you have a reason to watch us closely or not, I feel like you do because of just the tension in the situation and the weaponry that we all have on us, and just how things have gone on this island the whole time. You've been awake. I've been awake longer than you, not much longer, but still, this place leads people into doing some pretty crazy things. So I feel like we should all just be a little wary of each other. But anyway, let's just keep working. Hopefully Susie and Boris will come back soon.
So that's where I have to disagree with you just slightly. Being wary and suspicious and jumping at everyone else's intentions constantly is not something that I find I have the inbuilt paranoia to do.
Well, okay.
So I'm going to trust each of you here implicitly, and I'm going to continue doing what I can to make our lives more comfortable while we're here. And I'm going to go back to whistling and moving the things.
Yeah, and Lyle just sort of rolls his eyes because it all just sounds like bullshit coming out of his mouth, like, pardon my French.
Dude.
Yeah, Tamsin's gonna be staring out at the sea, and under her breath, she'll just mutter, "It's really easy to say you don't have to worry about watching someone from the other side of a gun."
Yeah. And to say, like, for someone who's this is out of character, for someone who's like underwatch, to be like, "Oh, don't worry, I trust you perfectly. Even if you don't trust me, I trust you." Just, I don't know. I know.
Oh, it's definitely abuser manipulator mechanics. Like, I have no illusions about what I'm doing. These are defined character choices. This is not an accident. No, I'm very much an emotional manipulator. So I'm just trying to gaslight you a little bit.
No, that's perfect. I have a 12 gut feeling. I'm just sort of playing my character as not seeing through your mess.
So, does that mean you don't want to eat my cooking anymore?
As long as you just sort of fry something up that I hand you for a while, then I'm cool with that.
I looked very hurt for a second.
So, as you unload the supplies, you do find the blueprint for the large submarine in the stuff that's on the subs. But some of you may realize that all the blueprints for everything else, I can't remember if Boris and Susie mentioned it, but if they did...
We did.
Okay. You'll notice
I
that
did.
you don't have all the blueprints, that Boris and Susie had all the blueprints and they both left.
That's fine. We'll get through this.
But you do have everything you need to build a large submarine that house all of you in.
Do we know how? We just don't know how to build it, you said?
No, you do. You've got the
Okay.
blueprints.
That is the one thing that we do know how to do. Okay.
You've got everything you need to build it.
Okay. Let's
And
get
on
to
that submarine, you can actually have some grow beds and things like that on the submarine. So you can have a mobile base essentially.
I assume it's just like a modular thing that we just sort of like fabricate piece by piece and just sort of fasten together or something.
Exactly.
Build the whole
But
thing. Okay.
much like the base, that's how it works. The only exception is this one is a little bit more hefty. Because it's it's a big submarine that's supposed to go really, really deep underwater.
Yeah. Okay. So what? Yeah. I say we get started on that, even if whatever. We don't trust each other. We still work together as if we're trying to survive on the crazy planet, which we are. So.
They're still not back yet.
Yeah. I say we start building this thing though while we're waiting. If we're rested enough.
If you all work on it, you could get the submarine done by the time the sun goes down.
Cool. Let's do it.
Yeah, reluctantly, Tamsin would join in.
Yeah, I'll do most of the hauling. And get anybody else have a decent might. AKA anybody else. Owen, you have a decent.
Anybody else as shredded as Lyle is?
Yeah, you rip like me, bro.
Do you even run for your life again from Violent Wildlife?
Yeah. So I'll get some of our not so trustworthy mates to help me carry some stuff, and then try not to give Tamsin too much too much hard work, you know.
I mean, I'm not frail by any means.
You just seem reluctant to help us all. I'm just trying to
I'm reluctant to get into a sealed pressure vessel with two people I don't trust.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know that we're getting into it yet, Tams. We should give them some time to get back, right?
At any point. You don't build a large submarine and then just have it sit there for looks.
I don't know. I live in Alabama and people buy boats all the time just to keep in their yard.
That's
so.
fair. That's fair.
If not, it's a conversation starter.
No, it's
Hey,
where the
remember that
teenagers
big
go
boat
to
that we
make
didn't
out.
go into? Ah, yes, submarine point.
Important question. Two important questions. A, what color is your submarine? And B, what do you name it?
I would like the submarine to be camouflaged, same color as the ocean that we're gonna be sending it in.
Okay.
Technically, the ocean has no color, but
Same color.
Invisible submarine.
Yeah, invisible paint. It's a nice coat. I might have to put a second one on though.
God.
It's not quite translucent.
Let's
Yeah,
do,
yep.
Whoever thinks they have the best,
Same color as the flora, then, damn it.
Yeah.
the best chance at this.
This
roll
is what you need
education.
Susie for.
Education?
Roll what?
Education.
Education.
I have
Whoever-
a +6.
I'm a 7.
I've got.
I have a 2.
I'm an
I think it's Tamsin.
astrophysicist.
Yeah, let's get the astrophysicist to do it.
Yeah,
That
we'll
sounds
get
like an
Tams to do it.
educated person.
And since all of you are collectively
28.
doing it, I'll let you do advantage on that. So go ahead and roll
Oh, cool.
again and take the higher
Just in
result.
case.
16's pretty
Yeah,
good.
28.
28.
28. Would you like to use a d6 on that?
Yes. I hate when you ask me that. I've only got 3 of them.
It's on the cusp of like the next type of success, though. I feel like.
yeah.
I mean,
I'll use
you will
one.
You will have success if you don't.
I knew that was gonna happen.
Oh no!
Yeah, it is.
What a waste!
Mm.
Tell you what, I'll be nice and I will use one of my own d6.
Oh, you're so
No.
sweet.
Don't
The
give me-
finale.
Don't give me your pity.
Oh no, I'm not giving you an extra d6. I'm just taking it from my pool instead of yours.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll
Oh,
accept
sweet.
that.
I'm not that nice.
But 29.
29. Okay. It's certainly not foolproof.
Mm-hmm.
But the submarine is more difficult to see.
What if, and call this a long shot, what if it's based on the World War II camouflage that Navy cruisers used, which was series of kind of stripes at specific angles so that at distances they were harder to see because they blended in. It's an actual thing.
Nice.
Yeah, you could basically have it be that, essentially.
Okay. Yeah, up close, you're not camouflaged at all, just by the way. Up close, you're like, wow, that's an art piece.
Is there an anti-echolocation paint? Because that would be great.
There
Yeah,
is
no.
not.
And the name
Looks
of the
like
vessel.
a fish painted this. Was this done by Jackson Pollock?
Oh my god.
No.
Wow.
Wow.
I hate you.
Everybody take 1d4 psychic damage for that one.
I already did.
The robots are weaponizing puns! Dude, that sounds like they came from beneath the sea.
Yeah.
That does.
Okay, so
So yeah,
the name of the vessel. Anybody have any ideas? The name of the vessel.
The friendship.
How about?
Because we're such good friends.
All right. As much as I like Zan as a person, his character that died just called us assholes all the time. So how about let's call this the SS Chuck?
Wasn't
It wasn't Chuck, though.
okay.
No, that's different. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah,
instead of immortalizing.
Lemuel. We're not doing SS
yeah,
Lemuel
okay.
because
Immortalizing.
yeah, we're gonna do SS Chuck because Chuck was nice and Lemuel just called us dumbasses all the time.
I thought we were naming everything after whatever the other guy's name was.
Dylan.
Yeah, I trust you. I don't remember him.
I don't much care what it's named.
Well, Chuck it is then.
All right.
Chuck the submarine.
So that means when you surface, it's going to be the upchuck.
Oh,
Exactly it. I don't know how
Too late for
Susie's gonna
that.
feel about us naming the ship after her parent, but whatever.
All right,
Well, let's just hope it also doesn't get eaten.
we're
You
bitten
know
in
it's
half.
going to.
Yeah.
We all know it's going to.
That's why I don't want to get in it.
Oh no. Well, I was gonna
I'm
pick
naming
like
a car the
famous
Hindenburg.
Jedi.
Hindenburg.
The Titanic.
Yeah,
Yes.
fuck. Titanic
Alright,
Block
so
2.
it's very hard to see
Mm.
unless you're looking for it, and it has the name, the SS Chuck on the side of it, and it comes complete with let us say 6 living quarters. When I say living quarters, they're like
Bunks.
closets.
Yeah.
You've got a bunk and a little tiny, facilities section in it, and like a little tiny table, and that's about it. But you get some privacy. It's got 6 living quarters. It's got sections in there to you can transplant some of these like beach cactus and fruit vegetables and things like that, so you can have food and water.
Hydroponics.
Yeah, and all the basic stuff to keep you alive wherever you go. Yeah, it takes you the rest of the evening. Susie and Boris go back to the island.
No, we
At
have a
all.
plan.
We have a plan.
What is
So-
your plan?
We've discussed it.
So, I will try to fix the antenna so we can communicate with the island first thing.
Okay, this is going to be mechanical engineering because it's physical wires
While
and things.
Boris is doing that, Susie is swimming into Macrogar territory, fairly close to where their nests are kept, and she's setting up a basic one hab small base, basically wedged in with the rocks and stuff to keep it as hidden as possible.
Hidden base with fully functional fabricator.
Fully
Okay,
functional fabricator, a couple of solar panels.
I'm going to
well-
need a.
So let me roll roll me on antenna first, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
28.
Yeah, it takes you about half an hour, but you're able to fabricate the pieces that you need and weld everything back together and get the antenna working.
Can I
Okay,
roll
so-
a naturalist roll to find the best sort of place to keep this base as hidden as possible?
Oh, you're gonna be making lots of naturalist rolls, don't you worry. So yeah, go ahead and roll for that.
Uh, 19.
19. You managed to spot a place. It's a decent distance away from the fridge. It's like on the far edge of the kelp forest, where there's like a little crevice down at the bottom, and find a spot where it'd be very decently hidden. Now I need 3 naturalist rolls to make sure that you're able to get there without incident, because you're going into macrogar nests.
Natural 1.
24,
Natural
34,
one.
34!
Cool.
That wasn't a nat one.
Those were not nats ones.
A lot.
Okay. You do a decent job. Able to get through these nests without them attacking you. When they get too close, you're able to do whatever, be it feed them or.
I'm using my clicker training with them.
Okay, so
So add +2 to all those rolls.
can I
Well-
communicate with the island now?
You can. On a note on the clicker training, that would work on ones that you are in the process of training. However, these are wild Macrogar who don't know what that clicker means yet.
Well, they're learning. They're learning. I'm giving them bits of food and teaching them that click click means they get food.
Okay. Regardless, you managed to get through without any of them trying to maul you.
Why?
And-
Leland, what are you wearing?
Oh my goodness.
What the fuck?
I'm so sorry. I did not know that we had those on Zoom now, and
I didn't either.
anytime I
That's
do
amazing.
something evil, I'm gonna just put the mustache on though. But
I missed something. What happened?
there's like Snapchat filters on.
Oh
freaking
god,
Zoom now.
no. Okay.
amazing.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I am totally sorry. I forgot it was gonna like show up while I was messing with it. And I was like, oh no, it's on.
It's fine. Yeah, you managed to get through. And then just give me like a tech engineering roll and make sure you can build the base. Just because there are going to be distracted.
12.
Okay, you will need to Boris help.
Yeah. You,
She found the place. She knows how to get to the place. It'd just be like, Boris probably gave her
well,
tablet back, so she's
well,
just
well-
like, Boris, I need your help.
We will be working overnight probably, so I just need to talk with Island.
yeah,
First.
you try to make the building and like hit the wrong button. It like ejects the battery, and then you gotta struggle to catch it. You grab it, you put it back in, and realize, yeah, it's probably gonna be best to wait for Boris for this part.
Boris, help! I know I said you weren't my dad, but I think you're my dad now.
Dad, help!
You're only
All right.
dad when I'm in trouble.
Yeah, oh my god.
Pretty much.
Okay,
But
so
Boris, you can talk to the island, yeah.
yeah, she is more stubborn than I expected. I need to soften her a bit.
You need to raise your expectations some. Or lower them or something. I don't know. Whichever direction.
We will be back in the morning. I swear. If by then she's not willing to come, she comes anyway. I just pack her in the Ugh! Things! Who the hell invented them? We will be back in the morning. Everything okay on the island?
About as to be expected. We're just finishing fabricating the large sub right
Ask-
now.
Whoa.
Ask Boris if Susie's okay.
Susie okay? Lyle's asking.
I
She's fine,
think I
Lyle.
would. Yeah,
Thanks.
yeah, I would prefer her depressed than so stubborn.
Well, whatever you need to do, just do it.
Will you wait till the morning?
We'll wait until tomorrow. Just
Okay.
give us a call if you need anything or if there's anything we can help with.
No. No. There's nothing nobody can. She just needs to see things piece by piece. I can't imagine we were like her in her age, because parents would kill us.
I mean,
But I can't kill a sixth of the population of this island. That would be very bad parenthood.
it would be, and then we'd still have to deal with whoever came out of cryo next too.
Oh, okay, I will be in the morning.
Okay, Boris. We'll give you a call if we don't hear from you by noon.
Was
No.
this a call overheard by everybody, or just?
I was gonna say,
through,
who did you call?
The island. I think if you wanted to set your paths on communication, it would be. I didn't code it or anyway or address
Yeah.
it.
So
Group chat.
Basically.
If you
Yeah, it's
want
like a
to
walkie-talkie, just
if
all
you want,
came
yeah,
through.
exactly, right, radio. If you want to interject, please do.
Yeah,
I
mean, it
just
goes to
imagined
the,
my pad was sitting somewhere. I was like, hey, yeah.
The way the radios work, the signal would go to the shack on top of the mountain, but it would be able to transmit to all the tablets as well from there. So if you didn't specify, like, I only want it to go to this person or I only want it to go to the shack, I would just assume it's like, yeah, a group chat.
It's like
That's how it works.
speakerphone with your aunt during Christmas.
Yeah.
I think I was not too far away from Tamsin for this, and I'm gonna pipe up and go. Now, I do hate to bring unforeseen circumstances into this situation, but how are we going to get the rest of our comrades off this island?
One problem at a time, Wilfred.
Wait, do you mean
The ones that are still
the
asleep.
cryo people?
Yeah.
As long as they're still asleep, they're not a problem.
Now,
Well, do you mean off the island or off the planet with us?
Off the planet. I presume, Wilfred?
yes, of course. I do have one small concern, and it is that we do not know which of these two apparently warring robot factions has been in charge of releasing us. I highly doubt that they have been delegating to who will lead which newly awakened specimen and taking turns. But I imagine that one or the other has control over when the pods open and who comes out.
You think they control who? I feel like they'd be kind of half-assing it at this point.
No, they,
Like if they needed people that could build shit and get shit done faster, why did they awaken most of us? As opposed to
We
like
still got the
those-
job done.
maybe the files on all of us are damaged or something.
Could
There's
be.
also there is a possibility if they can remotely awaken us that they could remotely exsanguinate us.
I wonder if
as
there's a
well.
way that we could
Oh,
shut that
that's-
off. Like we could put a block on that or something. Like I'm not a tech guy, okay? I don't know. Is there a way to put a firewall up or something over it? Or
I think most of
something
the
you could investigate.
do we have any tech that doesn't have aliens as a part of it, though?
oh yeah,
It's not that the aliens are a part of it. I think it's just that it can transmit. Anything that can transmit can get infected
yeah.
or
so,
used.
So you don't think there would be a way to? Because I just
I didn't say that.
yeah, I don't know. I'm just thinking if we could keep them from waking any more people up and set it to where we can do it manually, then
I'd have to see it, and I'd probably need Boris's help.
It's just something it was a concern that I felt I should bring to the table, that there is a possibility, if they are willing to cooperate with us, maybe they're willing to cooperate with us and us alone.
If that was the case, why don't they just kill the rest of them?
When was the last time we checked?
Boris was doing maintenance.
I don't know, and honestly, I honestly never thought that we would be leaving this many people behind if we did get away off this planet. How are we going to get all of them?
One problem at a time. We still haven't even found whatever room these aliens want us to go to. We haven't found what they want us to find down there. And we still haven't proven that nobody's out to kill each other. Right now, no offense, the people frozen in pods are the last of my concerns.
Yeah, that's fair. Sorry. I'm just-
Perfectly acceptable. No, I was not advocating morality in one step or the other. I was merely alerting you to a situation that had crossed my mind.
And I hate that you made a valid point, Wilfred, because I still don't trust you. But you're right.
Speaking of a lack of trust, I will take first watch tonight. How's that?
Perfectly fine.
have we been doing watches on the island so far? Or have we
Not
fallen
really.
into complacency?
Nope. We're starting today, buddy.
Yeah.
I think so. I think Owens, we're doing watches now. Do we all have to do that?
I think Tamsin and I could just split up the duties. Why don't you two just get a good night's rest?
I mean,
Yeah, and why don't we just be exhausted in the morning while they're well rested?
Yeah.
Sorry, it's been a long couple of days. I'm really worn out.
Okay, I will just stay up as long as I possibly can.
Lyle,
Yeah.
I get it. I get that you want to help. You don't need to burn yourself out to do it. We don't need to put up a watch.
I got an idea. Let's push our beds together and then have Quackers sleep in between us. And then if they get anywhere near us, Quackers might start quacking, you know? Because Quackers doesn't trust the robots.
Would it make you feel better if I slept outside of the submarine?
The stars are nice.
I wasn't planning to sleep in the sub.
I was also hoping to, you know, I've kind of enjoyed the little home that I've made on the island.
Okay. Yeah, Owen, why don't you go have a sleepover with
We'll all sleep in the house if that's fine with you, Wilfred.
Of course.
Yeah, and I'll still take watch, but just for a few hours, okay?
That's fine. If Wilfred wants to kill me in my sleep, so be it.
Oh, that wasn't a joke.
All right.
If
We're gonna.
if people are turning down, I'd try and if I could get a word into Tamsin privately, I
Mhm.
would try.
Yeah, she's still got some time. Yeah.
Do you have anything to defend yourself?
Why do you ask, Owen?
Because I'd rather you have something to defend yourself if you needed it.
I'm fine.
All right, it's
The concern is appreciated.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's like talking to your like stubborn grandma. It's just like, you sure you can drive it? Like, I'm fine, thank you. Okay, but
If you think you might need something pointy, let me know, and you can have my pointy thing. And then I'll just leave it good for that.
yeah, she just kind of like nods and does her thing.
My goodness. Okay. So, we're gonna fast forward a little bit here. Does anybody want anything specific to happen before the next day? Susie and Boris do. Okay. We'll swap back over to the fridge.
We have a base to build.
Mm.
We have a plan.
I have concerns. Okay.
Oh,
We're a very motivated party, Raven. Sorry, we always have stuff to do.
It's totally fine. So, what's the plan? What's step one?
build the base. Let's start with that.
Okay.
So we're basically multi-purpose room, hatch, solar panels, and like base platform. A couple lockers on the inside.
Okay, let's stop at the solar panels. You want that base to be hidden? We need a reactor.
Okay, then we build so it's a 2-story base, and the bottom story has a reactor in it.
Okay.
Yep.
Roll tech engineering and blend.
31.
And blend
It
in.
is expertly constructed. Yeah, and blend in.
Okay, and 26 for blend in.
Okay, and you do a decent job of hiding it despite its size. And I will say that if you're opting for the bioreactor instead of solar panels, that will help a lot. Because solar panels are shiny and reflective and have to be where they can get light.
On
Yeah.
the surface.
So,
Susie's also going to plant, put a couple of grow beds around it and plant kelp fruit.
okay, I see what you're saying. I was like, how
No, it kelps
can't
kelp
plant
grow
kelp
up
fruit inside? Oh, outside.
grow
Right.
beds.
Yes, I'm with you now.
Oh, by
okay,
the way, we
that's,
flooded the base.
that's gonna take the
Okay.
entire night. You two are going to be utterly exhausted at the end of this.
That's fine. We don't need to call till noon.
Okay.
What? No, that Grobets are not part of the
Sleep
base.
until noon and
It's like,
like
no,
an
you
alien
don't
planet.
understand,
Come on.
Boris. This is important for hiding the base.
But
as
okay,
far as,
important but not critical.
you don't even have to like do the outdoor grow beds. Like you can just plant it in the dirt right there.
Yeah.
That's totally fine.
Okay, if that's fine. If I can plant it right in the dirt, and I don't need to build
Yeah.
a bed.
Okay, so there is the most important part of the plan. Now,
Yep, we mailed 4 stasis rifles.
You could have to wait till the next day to do that. Also, do you have the supplies for all of this?
okay, I'm pretty sure we have some stack of supplies made by the through those 3 months.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They aren't really anything rare.
that's why I chose the stasis rifles. They don't require anything exotic.
Okay. That's fair.
Copper wiring, batteries.
Oh, right. And the hardest part about getting those is getting the blueprints for them, right?
Mm,
And you got all the blueprints. Okay, that makes sense.
Oh,
Um,
and 2 pots, 2 fresh pots. They are not in the blueprints.
two fresh
like
what?
a
you
cooking
say?
pot.
Pads, the mini computers.
Oh,
Oh, pads.
new tablets.
Mm,
Okay, yeah,
tablets.
you can do that. It's easy enough.
So
All
we
right.
can basically stash
Okay.
these ones here,
exactly.
Okay.
so nobody else gets the base. Nobody gets the blueprints.
You've pretty much depleted your extra resources that are located at the fridge, but you've built this base.
Yep.
Next morning comes around. Both are going to be pretty tired. But what do you want to do when you wake up? I'm assuming around, say, 11.
Well, do we want to take them with us now or later?
Now, we already
Alright.
wasted enough time. We'll
Is
eat
there
on
like
the
a
way.
duffel bag sort of blueprint at all, or something like
No.
that? to be made?
Toss them on the floor in the mess. There are million parts out. There are million parts on the floor.
Throw the parts on the floor in the where? Sorry, I didn't understand that part. I can relax.
On the floor of the subs cabin.
He's saying there's already a mess.
Oh.
There's already a mess. I was fixing the antenna.
Oh, right. So no, inside
Submarine.
the small submarine. Sorry, my
Yeah.
brain was just could not understand what the word was. I'm sorry.
No worries.
All right. So Susie kind of. Can I roll the blend in roll so Susie can hide these stasis guns in the submarine?
Sure.
23.
Yeah, they're as hidden as 4 rifles can be hidden in a 2-person sub.
Yep.
Okay.
Susie's got her spear, her feeding spear, and her knife.
Okay. Are you contacting the island and heading back over? What are you doing?
We are heading back over because that was the plan. No,
Yep.
Okay.
no need in contacting them.
Fast forwarding a little bit, everybody's had time to get breakfast, do whatever they need to do in the morning. You are all able to meet back up on the island, and you have a giant sub and coordinates to where you need to go.
We should be able to dock the mini sub inside the larger sub, right?
Yep,
Yep.
So we're gonna
that was
dock
the
it.
plan.
We dock
Yeah,
2 or just 1?
just one.
It's like a turducken, but with submarines.
Oh, ours is a more
Uh,
prepared one.
The other
Yeah.
one is no point in taking it anywhere. It's
It's-
almost chewed on.
It's a chew toy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty rough. I mean, you could fix it, but it would take a couple of days.
Also, don't mention turducken around quackers.
That's a totally different product.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can fit the sub in there, and you're all set. Now, I said you know where you need to go. That doesn't mean you have to go to that location. I have plenty of ways to terrorize all of you. But where would you like to go?
Down.
So, are we in agreement to do this? I asked the reintegrate. After we have reconvened in the full party.
I'm keen to figure out what they want us to see down there.
Okay, so we take the sub down and see what's down there. Are you okay with that too, Wilfred and Owen?
Certainly. I'm
Okay.
not entirely sure how much use I'll be, but more than happy to accompany you.
I think we'll all be useful, Wilfred. Just sort of sticking together on this one, you know. No,
Well,
no.
you have the contact with the source of of all the information, so I fail to see how you wouldn't be useful.
Certainly, I'm happy to accompany.
Really.
So, everyone's going down, or was somebody? Okay.
I think that's the plan.
All right. As you all get on the sub,
When do I see
Um,
Susie? Is Susie just like on the sub?
Susie's
Yeah.
the board is looking sulky and tired.
yeah.
I'm gonna run up and give her a hug.
Oh,
I'm glad you're alive. Huh.
It's your life, bro. It's your life.
Hey, Quacker's missed you. Why'd you leave him?
quack.
And I'm just gonna
Because
sit.
I knew he would be safe with you, Lyle.
Yeah, I know, but here, hold him for a bit. I'm just gonna sit Quacker's like in her arms for a bit, and then pat her on the head, and just sort of go and check out this cool sub now that it's finally built together, and we're all just hanging out in it as a crew. Ooh, can I be captain?
No.
Oh, that was Quackers.
Quacker said no. I'm like, what? What? Everyone just looks around. Oh yeah, Quackers is the captain. I see what you mean.
But once you're all on the sub, you're able to put the coordinates where you need to go, and you've got basically a GPS essentially telling you where to go, and it's going to take you right through the mushroom forest. Now, last time you were there, people died because there were 3 Kraken Viper.
I'm ready on the button.
What's the button do? Is it like a nitrous oxide?
It adds more Kraken Vipers.
Oh.
Because, there was a random roll for a Kraken Viper, and then everybody's like, you know what would help this? More Kraken Vipers.
And then we add a third.
And
It's
then
like,
there was a
alright.
storm.
Alright. 2 Kraken Vipers. Yeah, that didn't. The second one didn't help the situation, but the third one, that's gonna, you know.
And then we added a storm.
Yeah.
We were so dumb.
I feel like we landed on the absolute worst spot of this planet. Like, if we'd just been like 10 or 15 miles that way, maybe there would have been less like giant apex predators hanging around.
No. There's more.
No.
They're everywhere.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah. So yeah, you're able to start driving the sub there. The submarine is surprisingly easy to pilot. Probably do want to have at least somebody monitoring your depth gauge and probably adjusting a few different things like the air balance or whatever. So I'd say one of you by yourself can operate it under some strain. If 2 or 3 of you are in the cockpit taking care of things, then it's a breeze to pilot. um,
So what
And-
skill do you use to pilot with?
mechanical engineering for this one.
Okay. Obviously, Morris is our pilot.
Um,
I'm not sure what makes me qualified. I haven't drive.
Susie offers to pilot.
You rolled like a 35 or something on mechanical engineering earlier. I'm getting you.
Oh
to
yeah,
try-
but that's general qualifications. Like particularly qualified.
Susie will offer to pilot.
Literally the only engineer on the planet.
Okay, fine. You've convinced me.
All right,
But
and
I
me
wanted
and,
to
me and
pilot.
Quackers will count as the other two co-pilots.
okay.
Quackers will monitor the depth gauge and will quack if we get too low.
All right, that works. You're able to pilot just fine. You get to the mushroom forest, and of course, that's when you hear a familiar, loud, screaming roar that you know is common of a kraken viper. I think that's where we're going to take our break.
Oh,
So,
perfect!
we're going to take a 10-minute break. Go grab a snack, hydrate, stretch your legs, all that good stuff. And then we will be back in 10 minutes, and we'll find out what's going on with this kraken viper. Right back.
We will find what the button does.
I don't want to.
All right, we're back. Sorry about the extra wait there. We are back, and we're all living in a submarine. Unfortunately, it's not yellow, but it's a submarine. And Kraken Viper just roared outside, which makes sense because if it was, roaring from inside the submarine, you'd have a very different problem.
Oh, Lord.
But you hear it roaring off in the distance. What do you all do?
Cry.
What I ask the builders of the boat. What do we have in
We didn't-
event of such?
We don't have any guns, okay? If that's what you're asking for, so we didn't put any damn guns on the thing. I don't know why.
Do we have any? Hey, Boris, can you make us taste real bad again?
There's a bad taste in the mouth, but the mouth is mine.
Do we question, Raven? Does this sub have any ability to produce frequencies, perhaps for sonar?
It does have sonar. It also has a run in silent mode, though you will need to be careful about running in that too long because it can cause things to overheat. So if you do that, I'll just randomly roll every so often to see if you run into any mechanical complications.
Wouldn't it
Like you do.
seem like we're already spotted though if the roar was happening?
I mean, not necessarily. You know that these.
That's
these
only
creatures...
in game.
I guess.
Yeah, that's only in Subnautica.
Okay.
Yeah, these aren't Reaper Leviathans. They're just equally scary.
Mhm.
So you do know that they navigate through roaring. You were able to get that much information figured out. So just because it roars doesn't necessarily mean it saw you. It just means that
It just means it's looking.
yeah, it's swimming around.
Okay.
As terrifying as the sound is, it's pretty much just like a normal function of this thing as it walks around,
Right,
swims
right.
around rather.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, I would
Silent
mention the silent running.
Yeah, stealth mode, please. Activate.
Yeah.
Okay, press the button.
Yeah,
I
press
think
it.
this is a pretty good moment to touch on a couple things that people have been plotting and scheming about in private channels. So, Owen, could I get a perception check from you?
Sure. Owen is plotting nothing.
Or a sight
but
check, sorry.
Poor Owen, I love
Concern.
Sight check.
Owen is just looking.
Jay, are you filleting a knife? I just have to ask.
I'm gonna add a d6 to
Filleting
that,
is not the
Raven.
word I would use. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. No,
It's
no,
it's
no,
an
no,
it's an oral fixation. Don't worry about
no,
it.
no judgment. I was just concerned for a moment.
It's all good. I honestly forgot what I was doing. So
Like
you for
Tamsin
calling
has
me
gotten
out.
very intimidating recently.
yeah, Dez is just chewing on a knife. Like no biggie.
RP.
Owen tried to give Tamsin a knife if she didn't have one.
No, she had one. She just
Okay.
didn't want to mention it because she didn't trust you.
I was trying to give you my only knife so you'd trust me more.
So we're
Yeah,
gonna address
That's a tactic, by the way.
one thing first.
I'm concerned.
So Owen, whenever you're like, do you have your gas pod gun like on your person, or does it stay in your quarters when you're not walking around, or?
Given that not 24 hours ago Boris talked about killing people, I think I'd keep it on my person.
Okay. Then at some point, Susie is going to come up and try to mess with it. She does a really good job of being sneaky, but right as she puts her hand on it, you spot her.
Get the fuck away from that, Susie.
Want to see how you made it?
Well, then you could ask and I can show you.
Okay, show me.
No. Because you tried to
See,
take it. You should have asked first.
Would you have told me if I'd asked first? No.
Yes.
You're possessed by aliens.
No, I'm not. I'm Owen.
Yeah, you're Owen with friends inside your head.
Hey, we are trying the silent mode because of the big thing.
Then Susie should probably stop trying to steal people's shit.
I'm not trying to steal it. I didn't even try to take it away from you. I just wanted to see it.
You see with your hands?
Leave
Yeah.
that alone, Susie.
As you're arguing and yelling, you hear another boar, and it seems closer.
Fine. Stupid anyway. I bet your gun doesn't even work proper. Susie goes off to sulk somewhere.
All right. Touching on the other thing, Owen,
Mm-hmm.
are you specifically poking around in the sub, looking for something?
Well, I was not needed in the cockpit, so yeah, I'm exploring.
Yeah, I think with your passive awareness, and the fact that there's really not that much of the sub to search, yeah, you find the stasis rifles.
Oh, I'll take one of those.
More like passive aggressiveness, am I right?
I think it's about to be aggressive aggressiveness. Okay. You have a stasis rifle.
Can I get an O from you in chat, Patrick?
Oh, this is defensiveness on Owens.
We're good.
Actually, do I find a bunch of them? Because I'd hold on to one for myself, but I think I would bring it to the group's attention.
Yeah, there's 4 of them in there. There's really, I mean, it's under some debris, but there's not much places to hide those in there. Which is why I said, like, they're as hidden as they can be in the sub.
I'd like,
And with
before I bring them to the group's attention, I'd like to try and approach Tamsin and give her one.
okay,
Because I trust Tamsin.
Thank you. That was the plan.
Yeah. Well,
Hey, how are
I
you
imagine that was
approaching-
not the full plan, given that there were 4.
Partial plan.
Yeah, no kidding. How are you approaching
yeah,
Tamsin
you already
with
have a
this?
gun, Owen.
What's Tamsin up to right now?
She's probably studying whatever sonar or radar this thing has, because that's kind of her purview.
So Tamsin, you were here when we built this yesterday, right? Like we were all doing that together.
Yeah, I was
And
here.
we didn't build any of these with it, right? And I'll hold up a stasis rifle. Because I've never
No.
seen one of these before. I don't know how to make them, but they're stashed all over the place.
Okay, well, we didn't have the blueprints for those, so Susie and Boris must have brought them.
Cool. I've found 4 of them, so I think I can imagine who those are supposed to go to.
Don't just assume.
That's fair.
I'm more concerned with the fact that there's 4 of them.
hmm.
Who they're for, I'm not really that concerned about, to be honest. It's more that there's 4 of them.
Where's Lyle at?
Where is Lyle at?
Look, I know you've cautioned against trusting each other, but of all the heads on the island so far, yours seemed to be the coolest. So I would feel safer if you took this.
Don't take this the wrong way, Alan, but I've gotten this far without having to use a gun. And if somebody wants to use that on me, that's up to them.
Oh. I guess, yeah, that's fair.
I get where you were coming from. I appreciate the trust
Yeah.
implicit in that, because
and
you
it's-
could have just used it on me. So,
I have no reason to.
and I'm getting that. but I don't want to have one and give. When you have something like that, it encourages others to find one.
That's fair.
Don't raise the stakes.
I feel like they're about to be raised, regardless of.
Keep it hidden somewhere for when the stakes get raised, but don't raise them with it.
Only I was as good at hiding things as I am at finding things.
Keep it secret. Keep it safe.
Just work
All
in
right.
reverse.
No, that's fair. Apologies for dragging you into this.
It's fine. I appreciate it.
Your hesitance for even being willing to hold one is why I thought you'd be the least likely to use one. So.
Also, I don't really know how to use one. I don't really want to find out.
No, I've never seen one of these things. I assume it's like a trigger thing, but I don't know.
That would be my assumption, but I don't want to fuck with it.
Okay.
Oh, we know they're bombs shaped like guns. So I want to think.
It's an elaborate
That's the
pepper
biggest
grinder.
trap.
Wait till you find out they don't even hurt people. They just make them freeze in place for like 5 seconds.
Who wants to play freeze tag?
Yeah, it's just a game. These are for a game. It's like paintball.
It's like laser challenge, but
Oh my
extreme.
god.
Ow.
Laser tag.
I end up
Oh my
falling
goodness.
a lot and hitting your head on things. It's not a very safe place to take.
All right. So the roaring does seem to be getting louder and closer, though it doesn't necessarily sound like it's coming at you. But until it's getting closer, who's monitoring the ship's systems while Boris is driving? Right, Lyle. Could you give me a mechanical or tech engineering roll? I would actually either would work for this. I think.
Ooh, tech is high. Tech is one higher. A nat 1. A 7 total.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nothing happens.
Everything's fine, everyone.
Everything's
It's just
fine.
a roar.
It's fine.
Hey, what does this
Um,
number do Boris? It keeps
Where
wiggling.
is Tamsin?
Emerson's looking at the radar.
I like
And what
this
is
meter.
Lyle watching?
A bunch
Uh,
of things. You can't tell. I'm just like kind of poking
like-
with buttons at this point.
Monitoring the ship's systems and stats and things like that.
I'm just driving the thing. I didn't build it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Sorry. This is very confusing. But I think I got it.
Yeah, you're pretty sure that everything's fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
but where are we going? That would
That
be
one
a good
stopped
question.
wiggling.
So Boris, you've got like a navigation display right next to the steering wheel, so you can follow it pretty easily. Much like in any submarine movie, or in a certain particular aquatic game, the interior lights of the submarine are all red, and it's very dark, and
Ooh, red is good.
Susie is immediately finding something to shove herself under and preparing her knife.
Okay. You have your own little closet room if you want to go in there.
Yep, and she's preparing to stab people if it's not somebody she wants coming through that door.
Okay. Tamsin, you were interested in potentially adjusting the sonar to use it as a defensive tool, essentially.
Either defensive or to throw it off somehow. Like
Okay.
maybe mimic our surroundings a bit to make us not seem like we're standing out. Either or would be fine.
Sure. Roll tech engineering just to see
Can
how good
do.
your understanding is.
27.
7. So you're pretty sure you understand how exactly the system works. Good enough that you could potentially modify it.
Okay.
Give me an education roll. See if you know how to properly apply that knowledge.
28.
Yeah. You don't know of a way to use the radar or the sonar rather, to like mimic the seafloor or anything like that. But you're pretty sure you could mimic possibly other creatures. So potentially like another Kraken Viper. Which
We've seen how that works, though.
I was gonna say, you're not. You know, it was breeding
It's just
season
gonna start humping us.
Yeah, I guess that was a couple
months
months ago. We don't know, though.
So it might not be that same. It might not be
Could
breeding
I-
season.
Could I maybe use it to mimic the have we seen that creature that makes the like? Actually, I'm trying to think like what creature would a Kraken Viper not like? Is there a role I could roll for that, perhaps?
Normally I would say education, but I don't think you've had enough
I
knowledge.
no, definitely
So,
not.
Go with your gut on this one. Let's go with gut feeling.
You
Oh,
could
no.
you could text to Susie.
Susie is a 15-year-old with a knife.
So
Hiding in the
uh,
closet.
Yes, but she's been learning the creatures.
Susie is a 15-year-old with a knife who's been learning from creatures. Tamsin does not trust her.
Set it to the Captain Ahab frequency. That'll scare it away.
Yeah, you're not sure.
Okay.
The best guess that you would have, given the creatures that you've encountered so far,
Mhm.
maybe a blimpfish or a carp chanter might be enough to make it. Probably not scare it, but it might, avoid
Keep it away. Yeah. Okay, I do blimpfish then.
Okay.
Yeah. See if they this thing like popcorn poppers or not.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to send out. Do you want to be like a constant over and over again, or periodic? How do you want to have this sonar? Send the signal out?
Whenever I hear it call, that would be it.
Okay.
Because otherwise, there's no point in wasting energy.
Sure.
'Cause
Yeah, you got good enough rolls that you're able to do that. You
Okay.
configure the sonar. So the downside is it doesn't really report back information
right.
like the sonar normally does. But for all intents and purposes, when a Kraken Viper roars in the vicinity, it will return a call of which sounds like a pack of a flock, whatever
A
you wanna
school.
call it.
Yeah.
School of blimpfish.
Okay.
Uh,
A Hindenburg of
Would that not be a parade?
It depends. Do they move as one, or do they just sort of do their own thing but hang out together? Because that's a show.
God, they're like sea mines.
more the latter.
Dragon Viper's an atheist. God.
Wilfred. What's Wilfred been doing during all this? And where? In the
Trying to
submarine might
trying to be unobtrusive, and trying to get in contact with the robots, to see if they have any advice on how to get the ones that need off this planet.
Well, Boris would like Wilfred in the cockpit because Boris assumes Wilfred knows where we are going. That is
Okay.
one thing I would like to mention.
Sure. Yeah, that's no problem.
You try to contact the aliens, and actually, both you and Owen would probably be able to note that they seem oddly silent, and like your heads-up display that you see isn't really giving you new information; it's just sort of there.
Did I hear any of the interactions between Owen and Tamsin?
I will leave that up to Owen. Owen, you can choose to have Wilfred know about that or not.
Doesn't he get like pieces of all of my interactions?
You did initially, but I'm going to give you both the option now that you're both aware of it to say yes or no.
I don't know if Owen knows that he hears it, but I'm fine with him hearing all of the conversations I've had so far on this.
Okay.
I think without Owen knowing.
Here's a pen. Would you like to sign the death warrant yourself, or?
Don't worry, he's effectively given me power of attorney.
Now, are you the large or the extra large forever box size?
I'm going to kind of calmly. Boris and Lyle are in the cockpit as well, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna quiet.
Pretty much everybody except I think Owen and Susie are in the cockpit.
Yeah.
Okay. So is this before or after Owens had his conversation with Tamsin about the guns?
We'll say after.
Okay. I'm gonna say to Tamsin, I appreciate the decision that you made. You certainly hold steadfast to your beliefs.
She's just quietly staring at her console. She doesn't turn around.
Though I do wonder about the intentions of those that would bring firearms onto this boat, unbeknownst to the rest of us. Boris, do you have anything to contribute to this conversation?
What?
What are you talking about firearms for? I've got a fucking spear and some scissors, okay? I don't have a gun.
Firearms?
Tamsin, do you want to clear the air on this, or should I?
It's your pot, Wilfred. You can stir it.
Very well. It would seem that either Susie or Boris has brought on 4 firearms onto the boat.
Oh, that's why I didn't get what you are talking about. They are not firearms. They are stasis tools capable of operating underwater.
And what is their purpose?
What is their purpose? Defense, of course.
Defense. So we are meant to defend ourselves with them.
Yeah.
But isn't it very difficult for us to defend ourselves with them if none of us were aware of them?
They are for underwater operations.
No, I'm not arguing against you with that. I'm saying we can't defend ourselves if we don't know that there are tools available for us to use.
Well, maybe they forgot to mention it. It's been a busy day.
No.
That's entirely possible. Maybe they
No.
have forgotten to
No.
mention it. Is that the case, Boris?
No.
Have you?
No.
You didn't forget to mention it. You chose not to mention it. You chose to leave your shipmates here unarmed when that was not the only option.
Are we underwater outside of the submarine?
Yeah, we have no use for them yet, is what he's saying. They made them, I assume, when we were going to go for a dive, they were going to be like, hey, look, cool guns.
I assume we are heading into some alien building that most certainly won't be able to welcome this size of submarine.
Lyle, you are very trusting of people who you didn't know were armed until just a moment ago.
Oh, who found them?
Owen.
Were they hidden, for example?
Right at that moment, there's another Kraken Viper roar. Submarine sends off the not that noise.
I got the Kraken Vipers around! No!
That, but higher pitch, so it sounds like the Blimpfish. And you hear another roar, and it's moving further away. So it seems like it's working there, Tamsin.
Good.
Oh,
I'll stay on it.
Were they hidden?
That is my assumption, yes.
Hidden or stashed? Two different things here. If they were just
No.
stashed.
Where were they, Owen?
Oh, are you calling me from the other? Owen wasn't in the cockpit.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Well,
I don't
just
think.
call them on
No,
the
I
tablet.
wandered in.
We'll call
Okay,
them on
so-
the tablet.
Oh yeah, I mean, they were hit. They weren't hidden well, I guess.
We got all three.
They were
Honestly, the
relying
amount
on
of
the-
hiding that they would have been at was the same as if two people had ridden in a submarine over from the tub with them, with the debris.
They
on
were
the ground.
lying on the floor.
Okay, can I just say something? The people who made them, Boris and Susie, their perception could have been, or at least Susie, since Boris doesn't seem to know too much about the way they were located. But anyway, maybe Susie's intention was to stash them, but you perceived that as hiding because of the contention that we have going on.
Actually, maybe
That's
let's
entirely
focus on
possible, but what's there to gain from that
let's
situation?
focus on important things like
No,
Kraken.
actually, I do feel like this is something rather important if we're smuggling firearms under the pretense of cooperation. I do feel like this is something important.
Well,
Nobody
is this like a-
smuggled. Nobody
you just-
smuggled under no pretense. Intended people have the guns.
Right at this
Intended
moment-
people, I see. So you are intending for people to have firearms and others to not.
yeah, and
I
you're
didn't-
probably not on the list of people.
I'm perfectly
Yeah.
aware of that. I have made it clear if you want to kill me, I will not resist. However, I do not appreciate this underhandedness.
I think
Hold
it's
up a
a
second.
non-lethal weapon, though,
Okay.
right?
So
Sorry.
I
Owen.
need everybody right now to make a smell check. Which is not
Smell
something I often have to have you do.
Oh, and it's time to shine.
smells like in here. A 14.
Oh, only damn it!
Oh my god.
Oh,
Went so much in smash.
Damn,
37.
Tamsin's too
37.
busy on the sonar.
Bro, that was a nat 20.
Nice.
37.
Yeah. So Susie, you're gonna smell this first, but Boris will get the faintest hint of this. So let's start with what Boris smells, and then we'll hop over to Susie. So Boris, you're in the cockpit piloting. You know, you're having this conversation, and you're pretty sure you smell like rubber burning. I think Boris, being mechanic and repairing ships and stuff, would be familiar enough with the scent to know that it smells like maybe wires burning or melting.
Diagnostics. I'm just going for diagnostics.
Okay. And
a very second.
yeah, you're good enough with this stuff that probably move Lyle to the side and look at it. And there's like a warning light that's been blinking this whole time, saying critical heat problem in the engine room.
We'll say maybe it's just sitting above like a flat panel where I've had the duck sitting this whole time, so the duck's
Yeah.
just been blocking the light.
Quackers was the death of all of us.
Oh no. What is that?
What is that? GN, tell me what is that? I need to know.
So it's a warning light that says essentially it's all electric motors, but like the super silent mechanic in the element in the sub that makes it run silently, it is badly overheating, and potentially causing a fire. And with that, I'm gonna hop over to Susie. You're in your little closet room sharpening your knife, and you see smoke coming from underneath the door of your little room, and you smell that burning rubber smell.
I put my hand up, like not quite touching the door, but like close to it to see how much heat is coming off of it.
It feels normal. There's no fire right outside your door.
I don't mean
Okay.
this in like an
Uh,
X card. I don't
Susie
mean this
is
in...
texting to everyone. There's smoke. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Hold up.
Yes, sir.
What's up?
I just
Yes,
want
Leon?
to say,
What's
no,
up?
I was just gonna say I don't mean this in like an X card kind of way, but this is legitimately my biggest fear in my entire life is being trapped underwater with a fire
Just
around.
wait,
Oh,
it gets
no.
worse.
This is bad.
So-
This is so bad.
Oh, Zan. Oh.
It will legitimately get worse. So
Oh, I know. There's pressure and stuff.
So
we gotta work.
no.
let me know if it's too much, and we'll
No,
rewind a bit.
go for it. I'm fine. I like being scared. Go for it.
Oh
Scare
my
me.
god! Now I know why everybody was saying Zan.
Yeah.
So, at that moment, Chip loses power. Because Zan spent 3 plot points to make something very unhelpful. So
Sounds like
Chip
sabotage
loses
to me.
all power, which means it's not moving. Well, it's still moving
At
a
least
little bit
it's-
under inertia.
At least it's silent.
It's silent, but there's no light. It's pitch black inside the sub now. With the exception of the
Yeah.
cockpit, would have some light. But other than the cockpit, everything, especially Susie's room, is pitch black.
Yeah, important stuff. Like that.
Susie's
I
pulling out her
whisper.
flashlight and leaving her room.
Owen, I hope you are in the room now.
Yeah, Owen's in the
I
cockpit
mean,
now.
I haven't moved. I can't see you, but I am here.
It's game over, man.
Is that light? Is the light that was blinking related to the lights?
I'm lighting with Pat. You have the gun. Shoot whoever you want, or let's fix things.
I don't plan on shooting anyone, but I plan on
Yeah.
keeping the gun so I don't get shot.
Yeah, good for you. That was the plan.
Mhm.
I'm sure
I
that
didn't
was
know.
the
I didn't
plan.
know we needed plans.
I'm sure that's why they made 2 fewer guns than we have crew.
Right.
Only so many supplies.
Yeah, I was
So,
gonna say,
No
maybe
one
they
is
just
now-
what's left in the
up,
fridge.
Guy, so entitled over here.
So, if
Right.
you
It seems like
Are-
there's a more prominent problem here than you trying to throw us off of whatever plan you two came up with. But can we fix the submarine so we don't all die? I'd very much like it if we didn't all die. Believe it or not.
Oh, the smoke's starting to get thicker, by the way. Also, thank you so much, Michael Wayne, for the plot point donation. Boris has the tools to fix the problem. So, Boris, you're going to be equipped with a electric fire extinguisher, a handy little like head-mounted
love
light,
this.
so you can see everything real nice and clear. Replacement parts, and the appropriate screwdriver, wrench, whatever you need to swap out parts. But currently, the smoke is getting thicker, and Susie, you can see a faint red glow coming from the engine room where you are.
Are there any fire extinguishers on the walls in here?
Not directly in front of you, but I imagine you all took a tour of the submarine, so you'd know that there is one in the engine room. Probably a couple in the engine room.
Susie's going to open the door to the engine room to try and get a fire extinguisher.
Okay. You've got a flashlight,
and-
so you're
Yep.
able to see it. The extinguisher, no problem. And get to the in the engine room. You get the fire extinguisher, and you can see there's some sort of like module that's attached to the engine that is on fire, and you can see like melted rubber dripping out
She is
of it.
aiming at the bottom of that fire and she is doing her best to put it out.
Okay. Let's do a. I almost said act under pressure. We're not doing monster of the week, but I do need something similar to that though. So let's go with
Discipline?
Yep.
22.
Yeah. Keep a cool head.
That's one of my good rolls.
Yeah, you're starting to have some trouble breathing, but you keep a cool head.
She put her
And,
rebreather in.
Perfect. You're good to go. And yeah, you get the fire out.
And she texts, fire out. What the fuck?
Something moderately helpful for Wilfred. Zan, give me in Zoom chat. Let me know what you would like.
Yeah, I can certainly do that. Oh, Jay, you're my
Oh.
favorite.
Fuck you.
My favorite. Jay.
Listen. You can't just start a fire and then put the fire out and not expect a second fire to be started somewhere.
Yeah.
I can't just let that go. The lights going off and let that get sorted out right away.
I think I've got an idea. Yes.
Meanwhile, I'm too poor to rig the game.
Are the lights back on, or is the fire
I
just
love
out?
this.
Just
the
fire
fire's
down.
just out. The lights are still off. The problem has not been fixed. It's just that the fire has been put out, which is good because that was eating up your oxygen.
At this point during all this chaos, Lyle is just holding the duck and trying to stay out of people's way because he feels 100% responsible for this because of not monitoring the one warning light that he was in charge of.
But it's funny, people aren't moving.
Okay.
I only had enough for one plot point.
Whackers is free to shit on Wilfred. Okay. A series of events are about to happen. So, one, your Kraken Viper roar get a little bit closer. Two, Wilfred, as you're contemplating things, Whackers pops into your lap or onto your shoulder, whether you're sitting or standing, and yeah, you've got a nice little duck poop stain on either your lap or on your shoulder. And
Perfect.
pops off and goes back to the Lyle. Three, we just had another donation for 3 plot points. Wilfred has the tools to sink the ship. So I'm going to combine that with those plot points that Jay did. So that your suggestion there, Zan. So for some sort of glitch because of the malfunction, you find yourself with access to all of the ship's systems via your pad to set off any warning light or change any ship command that you would like. Like you can depressurize things, you can turn the ship on, off, whatever you want to do. You've got full control over the sub. The power's still off, so that's gotta come back on before you can actively do anything. But as soon as the power's back on, you can do whatever you want.
All right, now is this in my HUD or is this in my tablet that I fried?
Oh, that's right, you fried your tablet. We'll say the HUD then, yeah. Because that's 5
convenient.
I don't want
plot
that
points
laugh.
collectively.
That's not very Jedi-like.
Of course it is. He's using his
Wow,
mind
this is
powers.
gonna be
Yeah.
such a fucking end.
Change your religion to Sith right now.
So
Yeah, you
so
are
you've
not
got a
worthy of the
Kraken-
Jedi Order.
Got a Kraken Viper getting closer. The power's still off. Your oxygen has not been completely depleted, but it's less. And unbeknownst to all of you, Wilfred has the power to do anything at all with the sub.
That's comforting.
Yeah, so Boris, you wanted to fix the sub, right?
No.
Not anymore. I will if he's not.
Tamsin would call it for Boris. Like, what do we need to do? What can I help with?
I think Owen needs to decide.
Why would Owen offer me a gun if he was just going to shoot us?
Hey, how about this? I have a solution. We give
But
one of them a gun and we keep the rest, and then everyone's happy.
no, that was not about it.
What if we focused on getting the ship back functional again before this
I hate to
beast
side with
engulfs
Wilfred.
us?
But Wilfred's on point. We don't have the sonar on. That thing's gonna find us.
I'm really at a loss here, everyone. Just tell me what to do.
Susie's
how about
jumping
you-
in the
you pull the control panel
mini
open?
sub since
Fuck's
nobody's
sake,
dealing with that
Susie.
Kraken Viper.
How many people does that mini sub hold?
Too comfortably.
All right. You better take that freaking duck with you.
She's going to try and distract it until you get the big sub fits.
Oh god.
Season 2,
so-
Susie and Quackers.
So Susie, you hop in the two-man sub, which I believe still has 2 stasis rifles in it, right?
Mm.
And yeah, you can launch it.
Aren't we on the bottom?
No, you're not like sitting on the bottom of the ocean. You're still depth-wise, you're still same. You're just not moving forward.
Yeah, when a submarine loses power, it doesn't actually sink, but it also can't rise because it uses a ballast system.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't.
I
just-
So
I just know
My
it goes
uncle works on
underwater.
a sub.
yeah,
Worked on a sub.
fun fact. The way the submarine.
All right, I didn't. Oh, I didn't put it on the bottom because the power went off. Okay, right.
So yeah, there's still a good bit of distance between the bottom of the submarine and the bottom of the ocean. So yeah, as soon as you're able to launch that sub, go ahead and give me a mechanical engineering to see how well you pilot it. Now that you've made a bunch of racket and got the Kraken Viper's attention.
Who made
Hey,
racket?
Raven, I'm gonna send you a message real quick.
Okay.
Susie's bailed again.
Who made
Susie's
racket when?
also getting on her tablet and like doing it to voice and it's like, can you please get the? I will keep this distracted. Can you please just get the sub fixed?
Ooh.
Because I have a
Yeah.
plan for what Susie's about to do.
Because that had power. Right as you're doing that, Susie, water is starting to pour into the two-man sub. The,
She puts her rebreather in, grabs a stasis rifle, and gets the fuck out of the sub.
okay. Of course, as you open the sub, it fills up with water.
Fine, if his sub's not gonna work. She's gonna take aim with the stasis rifle and wait for that Kraken Viper.
Oh, holy crap.
Just like her parent.
Yep.
Yep.
She's gonna try.
Oddly enough,
and
they're
save you
going to the
idiots.
same afterlife. It's the small intestines.
You can almost call it a half.
Too soon. Oh, that's terrible.
I'm sorry, Zan's rubbing off on me. It's
fine.
Joey is fucking infectious.
And due to the fish scales, they end up passing through the pearly gates. And
Oh my god. Anyways. Okay, we'll come back to that. So everybody else, Susie is out there. Holy cow. Thanks, Michael. Another 3 plot points. Susie has a secret weapon. Thank you so much.
Goodness, Michael.
Alex, if you want
Oh,
to send me a DM in Zoom chat, let me know what you'd like your secret weapon to be. Do that while we see what the rest of the crew's doing about the
It's
situation.
the power of puberty.
Oh, wait.
So, yeah, Susie took the sub out. It immediately started malfunctioning and filling up with water. So now Susie's out there with a stasis rifle out in the ocean. What are the rest of you doing about all of this?
I'm trying to help get the ship's power back online.
Likewise, yeah. I'm just searching around for like an emergency breaker or something like that.
Are you trying to do that from the cockpit or from the engine room?
From the engine room, I would say.
Yeah, Boris goes to the engine room because probably that was fire that damaged something.
Anybody in the engine room do a mechanical engineering check.
Okay.
Boris, you can do so with advantage because you have the proper tools.
26.
Okay.
I'm making my best attempt to stay out of people's way, but also assist them if they ask.
22.
Tamsin would drag you along.
Is this all still in the dark too?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I'm assuming somebody
Flashlight.
has a flashlight or
Yeah.
a tablet light at
tablets.
this point.
Yeah, tablet full brightness. That shit's bigger than a torch anyway.
So,
Boris, it'll be mechanical engineering with advantage.
Boris finds Susie on the way. On his way.
Sorry, say that one more time.
Boris finds Susie on his way.
Susie's
You
out
may
in
have
the
missed
water.
it. Yeah.
Susie's out
Yeah.
in the water.
Yeah, that's why Boris doesn't find Susie in the boat.
Okay.
So Boris Boris doesn't reach the engine room.
Hmm.
Okay. So Boris is going out.
Stops and type. Where the hell are you?
Okay.
Outside, the mini sub started filling with water for no reason.
Oh, there was
Is
a
what she
reason.
basically replies
Mhm.
as she's like, get the sub fixed. I'm dealing with this.
I showed the messages to Owen and Tamsin.
Look, we need to get this thing working. As much as I want to go out and save Susie, none of us
No.
can do anything.
It's not about it.
Then what?
You must make a choice, Tamsin. Do you trust Owen or not? And Owen, you must make a choice.
Owen didn't have
Sap
to tell
was,
me about
Sap
the
was in
stasis.
perfect shape. Who broke it?
Owen
No,
didn't have to
can we
tell me
fi-
about the stasis rifle.
Can we fix this sub so that Susie's not out trying to sacrifice herself for everyone? How about that?
That
Yeah,
does
I-
seem like the best course of action.
That's
really
I don't
know
think
what
that's
to do.
helping. No offense.
Like what could I do to help? Like, just please, someone give me something that I can
Hold
do. to
the
help.
light for us, Lyle.
Okay, thank you.
Sweetheart, no, sweetie. No, stop trying to eat my food. Sorry. Oh, I'm not.
So,
Cat, am I
so we can put debates about morality aside. We need to get the sub working now.
Mhm.
It's not about morality. It's about somebody sabotaging stuff.
Owen's just gonna start tinkering with shit to see if he can't get it. That was
Yeah,
tinkering roll that I
Tamsin's
rolled.
also working on it, so
Yeah,
Okay.
I had a,
Like-
a 24.
Apparently, we're all actually pretty good at this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
collectively,
22.
you're able to fix the part.
22 even for me.
Probably by having Boris hand you the right part, and then like
These are-
you fix it.
All these
Lights
rolls
come-
are for months of instruction by Boris. Essentially.
Yeah. The lights come back on. The ship's working. It starts venting out the smoke, basically recycling the air. And right about that time, you hear that Kraken Viper roar really, really loud. We're gonna hop back out to Susie. Susie, it's getting closer and closer and closer.
I sent you the things. Which
Oh, yeah.
one is it going to be?
You'll find out. So do a discipline roll to see how well you can keep your calm as one of the apex predators of this planet is bearing down on
Can
you.
I add the fact that this is the thing that killed her parent?
To cause water.
She is going to kill it. It has tried to eat her. It has spat her out and killed her parents.
Okay.
Let's see how badly I roll. Can I have
Okay.
bonuses because she's motivated?
No,
Roll
but
that d6.
don't worry. D6 will help you with
Okay.
this one.
I know.
Also, the lights out. So here's what happens: the lights outside the sub come on because of something somewhere.
God, I'm just
And-
having this glorious image in my head of just Susie backlit by the sub.
Yeah, it's pretty much.
Yeah, that
what
was
it
the
is.
entire reason why the sublights turned on.
Uh-huh.
Nothing nefarious. Kraken Viper is rapidly moving towards you. Those tentacles are flailing and getting ready to grab at you. The lights come on behind you, illuminating this horrific image. And just as you freeze up from fear, turns out that there was a whole horde of Macrogar that had been following the sub, following Susie wanting more fish, and they just all like ram into this thing. And there is an epic battle of it's like watching a hawk get harassed by a whole bunch of crows or ravens. And you're able
Susie's
to
dream just came true.
yeah, you're able to snap out of it and use the stasis rifle. Not before, unfortunately, a lot of the macro guard do get knobbed, but
Basically enough to freeze it enough that the macro guard can take it out.
yeah. Well, I mean, they're not going to kill it. It's just impossible. But it is occupied for quite a while. Long enough for you to get back to the sub and for you all to take off.
She does grab the second stasis rifle with her, though.
Okay.
Because she can't really move the water-filled mini-sub.
I mean, the sub still functions. It's just filled with water.
Yeah.
Yes, but we need to get away from here. Okay. So she's just swimming back up to the main sub.
Okay, so you hop on board. You all like to leave.
Yeah. I think.
Boris returns to the steering wheel.
Zan, does the submarine function for them to get away?
Oh yeah.
Of course it does. For now.
Yeah, you get away from the Kraken Viper, having sacrificed two-person sub and several macrogar. Get away. But you're away safe. Ship's fixed, and through the mushroom forest.
Boris writes to Susie, park the boat back.
I ditched the boat.
Park the boat back.
We gotta go back there to get the boat back.
We did, sorry, did I say we leave? Did I say we left?
I think that was the assumption from everyone, was that you went ahead and left. Yeah. If you want to say that before you take off, that's fine. So
Yeah, exactly.
it's still in peril. Boris is insisting you go get the boat, the sub. and bring it back.
Susie, text Owen. You're coming with me.
I thought you said the thing was broken. Why are we going to get it? How do we get it back? I mean, if it's not
Where
working.
are rebreathers while we're in it?
Right. Does it still go?
It was. I don't know yet. Let's find out. But I think something's trying to kill me.
Can't we just make another one? There's those things.
Those things are fine. They're my friends.
No, the big thing.
The
There's
big
more
thing
than-
is going to stay still for a while.
I feel like you all talked about this place shortly after I woke up, and that there was a lot of them here.
Yeah, that's the thing that ate my parents.
Right. I know, but didn't they say there was more than one in this
That was
immediate
mating
era?
season. Mating season won't be for that long. It's
Just,
probably going to want to go back to protect its young.
Just out of curiosity, how long are you two going to argue about this while it's
It's like as Susie's like dragging Owen towards the exit. Like just grab the front of him. Just like, come on.
He's
I will
dead
roll
waiting.
might if I have
He
to.
is dead waiting.
roll
Does
by
not want to go
Susie?
out.
Oh, I'll roll might. Okay.
My God.
22.
How do I resist?
Might
I
also. I
might
imagine.
as well.
I don't want to go in the water.
Sorry, I didn't mean to answer that for you, Raven. I just assumed it was my
No, you're good.
Damn it.
stronger.
I think I just get.
Please come with me because I want to be able to trust you.
I like you. Again, I still want you to be alive, and I feel like that's an unnecessary risk.
Fine, then you get to explain to Boris.
Susie. Give me a rebreather. Let's get this going.
Okay.
Tamsin just comes up like between Owen and Susie and just like
Okay. So
and-
as Susie goes with Tamsin.
Okay.
Like, oh, okay.
I love that this is the most drama-filled episode like this whole season. We're
And-
just like sassing each other back
like
and forth the whole
fuck, we
time.
don't have time for this.
Okay. So, two of you make it out of the submarine.
Mm-hmm.
Just in time, see two things happen. It's
Mhm.
about halfway between the submarine and the mini sub. One, stasis on the Kraken Viper wears off. It's still occupied with the Macrogar, but it's starting to win because it's free. 2, because I rolled for it. Which one of you would like to look down first?
I'd say Tam.
I'm the saddest one, and me.
Which of the two outside would like to
Oh, never mind.
Tamsin would look down.
Susie's actually keeping an eye on that so she can shoot it again.
Okay. So Tamsin, as you look down, you see dramatic suspense as I look up the proper roll for this. See how many of these things that you...
Oh, good. Oh, I can bet what it is.
We woke up the carp.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll tell you how many you see, but they're razor fins. So I believe you've scanned these before already. They're about 1/4 of a meter in length, small herbivore fish, drawn to heat and bright colors. They're not hostile, but they spook easily. When they're spooked, they will extend razor-sharp barbed fins and swarm together. Swarms are extremely dangerous to any life form close by. Stuff about how edible they are. Not wanting to load the page, but I'm just gonna...
Okay, we've seen it.
Basically, we need to try and get inside the mini sub fast.
There's about... That's 15's not enough, because this is like a giant...
Yeah.
We're gonna say... Split the difference there. We'll say there's about 30 of them that are swarming in a circle and rising up below you.
So what you're saying is there's a living saw blade below us.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
No big deal.
Tamsin would like make big motions to Susie and be like,
You're muted. You're still muted.
Kind of cutting in and out.
Yep, I keep
There you go.
accidentally remuting myself.
oh no.
I click off of it to start talking and then immediately click because I
Oh,
think
no.
I need to unmute myself.
Oh no.
Hi, I'm having a foggy night tonight.
All good.
Is Tamsin pointing towards the big sub or the little sub?
The little one.
Great, Susie's going for there.
Cool. Tamsin's gonna keep her eyes glued to the razor fin.
Susie is going to try and see if the sub will move at all first.
Okay. Give me a swimming check to see if you're able to quickly enough get to the mini sub.
Do you want me to give us
18?
one as well?
Yeah. Let's do both of you.
Oh, it's not alphabetical. 26.
All right. Yeah, you're both able to get over to the sub pretty quick. Those razor fins are getting real dang close, though.
Mm-hmm.
Two of you are able to get inside the submarine, and it does function. It's just filled with water.
Okay.
Um,
Tamsin would start piloting it to the big sub without waiting. Like she'd make sure that Susie was in, and then she'd just go.
Yep.
okay. Yeah, as you start moving, you start hearing scraping and
Mhm.
nutting noises as these razor fins are scraping and bashing into
It's
the
already
skinny
full
sub.
of water. Like who gives a shit?
Yeah. It's not really
You're just-
damaging the sub, but it's you hear what would have been you had you not got into the sub.
Mhm.
And that thought probably crosses both of your minds is that would have been my soft fleshy bits, not hard metal bits out there.
And that would have unsettled old Tamsin a lot more than it does current Tamsin.
So let's do a tech engineering roll to
Absolutely.
sorry.
Wow.
Oh, I was gonna use your unlucky thing to make you re-roll, but
I don't have a
This is
lucky.
even better.
That's Animus. That's Animus that
Oh,
I have.
that's
Aha,
right.
wait, but I got a natural 20 for my
okay,
tech.
We'll get back to your nat 20. start with the nat 1 first.
I got a 19 on a 1. Are you fucking kidding me?
That's ridiculous.
That is ridiculous. So I'm gonna say with a nat 1,
Mhm.
because it's the finale, I'm feeling
Mhm.
particularly mean. You hit the wrong button, it opens the hatch, and
How many swarm in, Raven?
Oh.
3 of them swarm in. And they're freaking out, because now they're in this little...
Oh, yeah, it's like a bird inside a house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have you both...
How big are these things?
Quarter
About
of
a
a
quarter
meter,
of a
so
long.
like a small tuna almost.
So you both take 7 damage.
Fuck's sake.
Wow. Strong fish.
They're basically like really fast fish with razor blades on their sides.
Oh, that'll do it then. Never mind.
So Tamsin screams through the rebreather and like tries to fend them off with a knife.
Okay, go ahead and make a melee attack roll.
Mm-hmm.
And then Susie, I'm gonna say because you got a nat 20, you're able to just like punch it towards the bigger sub.
Yep. And then she's going to be using her knife to attempt to kill these things too.
22.
Make an attack roll as well. Tamsin, you spear one of them. It's still flailing around, which might get a couple nicks on your hand, but you've contained one.
Question for you. This is gonna sound weird. Can we use them to attack the other ones? Like, are they resistant to their own? It's on my
like-
knife. It's
Yeah,
flailing.
like if you want
If I bring it in.
Yeah, if you want to use it as a blade, that's fine.
Mhm.
They
Okay.
just sort of instinctively know how to swim together to not kill
Right.
each other. But if you're using it like a blade or an axe or something, yeah, it'll definitely hit them. Also, three more plot points redeemed by Michael. A clone
Concern.
of one of them is helping fight against the fish creatures. I'm assuming you mean like a clone of the
Crew.
the razor.
Because
thing?
Susie's a clone.
I have no way to make.
I was gonna
clone
say that's.
make any sense in the story,
Yeah.
so can't do that. But what I will do is say that the swarm of razor fins are now swimming towards the Kraken Viper, and that will occupy the Kraken Viper for a while.
I just wanted to eat.
And you're able to. I was gonna make you do multiple rolls and things to take more damage, but since there's plot points, but I'll let you just go ahead and spear those other two.
Okay.
Hey, Raven, did you check the Zoom chat?
Oh, I had not had a chance. Let's see.
One problem at a time.
Oh my god. You get the mini sub back on. You get back onto the sub, and the sonar is no longer working.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you meant?
No. I meant the sonar went off again. It as they were going through the swarm of fish, that it would create a loud blaring noise, perhaps upsetting things that are easily spooked.
Gotcha. With them already in the sub, it just makes it harder to get the sub back.
Yeah, no worries.
If they were outside of the sub, that would have been devastating.
Double kill.
You have a couple
Okay.
of birds on your face, Alex. Swat them off.
No.
All right,
I like them here.
we're gonna move.
They
we're gonna move
belong
forward.
here.
Mm-hmm.
Get the sub back on. Sonar goes off without any of you using it or activating it yourself.
Okay.
And
Tamsin would open the hatch and scream, "Boris, let's go!"
yeah, you get away from this disaster.
So sonar went off in the big sub.
Yes,
Okay.
without anybody activating it.
Which means you know it's not myself or Susan.
It went off in the same way that it had been going off to the Kraken Viper, like in response to the Kraken Viper before.
Mhm.
Okay,
It's a big
that's fair.
Gregorian. Yeah.
So never mind.
Yeah. It was,
Objection.
yeah.
Gregorian?
The Gregorian carp, wasn't that what it was doing? It's not the Gregorian, it's the carp.
Was it?
I can't
You
get
made
their
it
fucking
go
name
with the
right.
Gregorian carp, didn't you, though?
Huh?
You just said it was the Gregorian cart that it made the sound of.
That was the sound that it
No,
was
it
doing
wasn't.
originally, right?
No, it wasn't.
the blimp fish.
Oh, the
I-
blimpfish. I don't know
Actually,
what the fuck
there,
a blimpfish
I'm not
is.
actually calling you out on it.
Yeah,
It's
no,
one of
it
those
would have
things
been
like-
the same noise.
Yeah.
It's fine. I knew what you meant. You're
I
good.
couldn't-
Yeah.
It's like,
All right. So
I've
you
got
get
you
away
out.
from that disaster area,
Mhm.
and you're past the mushroom forest.
Also, Susie's probably like curled up in a corner somewhere on the bridge, mildly hyperventilating and refusing to let go of Quackers for right now.
Probably. Also, Susie and Tamsin are going to be bleeding quite a bit from.
I was gonna say I'm gonna bandage
she's
myself.
wet and she's bleeding and she's
Oh,
just
God, what now,
hyperventilating and
Michael
holding the
Wayne?
duck.
Oh, you beautiful human.
If,
Oh no, Michael.
if you're
There's,
hurt, sorry.
there's
Go ahead,
another plot point. Redemption here. One plot point. The radar starts to ping, going off to the tune of "Under the Sea" from The Little Mermaid.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna say that this just is an internal sonar, so you don't
Mhm.
attract other predators.
Okay,
But
there's
yeah,
no there's no crustaceans.
The radar is malfunctioning, and you're all hearing that tune over and over again until you fix it.
I think as the radar starts to malfunction, all of the ship's indicator lights will light up.
It's like having a 5-year-old with all the controls of a car. Can I bandage myself?
She's just like, why am I here? Why am I here? I wanted to stay with the macro car.
Susie,
Oh goodness.
Susie, come here. We gotta stop the bleeding.
Don't want to let go of Quackers.
You don't have to let go of Quackers. I just need you to come over here.
She'll head over there, leaving bloody
Right.
footprints behind.
Real quick, Owen, you were gonna say something, I think.
Oh, I was gonna say, if it looks like Tamsin and Susie are about to start bandaging, I'd go over and offer them some of the numbing leech mucus that I've got, if they're in pain, if they want to
Okay.
at least not hurt.
And yeah, these cuts would definitely hurt bad.
Mhm.
It's like the worst possible paper cut.
Yeah, yeah. Plus seawater.
Yeah.
Fish pee in that.
Dude.
Fish do other things too.
Sorry.
Fish engage in consensual BDSM in that.
Fish
Cool.
pee in all water.
That's not at all where I thought you were gonna go with it, but I approve.
Fish pee. Yeah.
Fish pee.
Yeah.
Dolphins play soccer with seals.
That's- oh my God.
Anyway, I'm gonna refuse the numbing agent. As much pain as I'm in, I just something about it like squicks Tamsin. Just like I don't. I'm okay.
And I don't think Owen would know that because he wasn't unfrozen that first time.
Well, yeah.
He doesn't know about the leeches.
No,
Tamsin.
We could
No.
always shoot your wound with one of those
that's
stasis
a
rifles.
hard no.
That won't
Shoot
work.
you with the
They
gas
don't-
pod gun.
The stasis rifles don't work like that. They just stop things. They don't actually hurt them or
Oh, I thought it made
do
it
anything
numb.
really to them. They just stop them in place.
I
No
find,
medical application whatsoever. Then does it?
pardon my
No.
skepticism, but if that is able to stop a beast like the Kraken Viper in its tracks for some time, I really would rather not be shot with it. I cannot imagine that is good
yeah,
for the
I
cardiac
knew we were
system.
It
going
was
into
just a
Kraken
suggestion,
Viper
everybody.
territory.
I'm not a doctor, okay?
I knew we were going into Kraken Viper territory, so I made sure we could make as many as we could for everyone.
And I think as you're bickering back and forth over this, Boris, make it to not to the location where you're trying to go, but close enough that you can see it. Basically, the seafloor just suddenly drops drastically. This giant crevice in the bottom of the ocean, and you're sort of on the edge of it, looking down. And as you're bickering back and forth for episode title, nice. So you're on the edge of it, looking down, and you can see there's just tons of bioluminescent plants, the likes of which you've not seen before. There's notes of blue and purple and pink, and every combination of those you can think of. And then Just another 4 plot
Holy
points.
cow, Michael.
Thank you so much for that donation.
Uh-oh.
The Kraken Viper seems to be afraid of quackers.
It's a pity we can't just throw crackers at the Odoc.
We'll
No, we're
rewind
not
for a
doing it.
second. That particular Kraken Viper hears quackers quacking through the... It's reverberating through the hull of the ship somehow. And so now that one in particular, if you have to come back this way, it will be afraid of quackers.
So we synthesize the voice of the duck.
So it associates crackers with everything is trying to kill me today. What the fuck?
Basically, yes.
Quack.
I mean,
So,
that's, yeah.
It may not work for every Kraken Viper, but for at least that one, in the future, it will work to scare it off.
No, that's beautiful. We got to remember that for next season, even if that is
Yes.
months away.
Mhm.
Somebody please do write that down.
I will.
Anyways, as you're looking at this giant crevice with all these bioluminescent plants and everything, down at the very bottom, way, way deep down, you can just barely make out the outline of something that looks massive. It's dark black. It looks vaguely like that same material the alien buildings were made out of. I'm sure you probably would call everyone over so everybody can take a look at it. And
No. Let them argue, bandash, and whatever.
for cinematic purposes, we're going to say that everybody's looking at it at this moment.
Got it.
As you all see it for the first time, and you're kind of squinting to make out what is that shape. Yeah, you see something bigger than a Kraken Viper move over it, and that's where we're going to end the season.
Oh my god. It's just like TV.
Can I have
One last donation. One last donation.
One little mechanical thing there, Raven?
Absolutely. Also, thank you for 2 more D6s. I'm assuming that's for the cast, and we'll keep that for the next season that happens, or one shots.
The engine revs.
Attaboy, Zan.
Okay. So you see that thing move, and then you hear the engine rev, and that's where we'll end.
God damn, that got epic.
Zan's not invited next time.
No, Zan is 100% invited.
Zan's our main antagonist. It's
Yeah, no.
awesome. We're dragging him around with us.
If I don't get to bring Zan back, Tamsin's not.
It's a package deal.
Yeah.
Has been since Lemuel.
Yeah.
We'll hire a new astrophysicist then.
Oh, this was amazing. Y'all did so
That
good.
was great.
So yeah,
I
that's
felt
where we're
like
gonna end this.
I was about to like go and play and like I don't even watch football, but I felt like I was like getting ready for a football game today, like leading into this. I'm like, yeah, it's the finale, it's the final game of the season. Yeah, dun, 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 dun. But no, that paid off super well. That's fun. Sorry, go ahead.
That's great. No, you're fine. Yeah, that's where we're gonna end this season. The original plan was to just end the whole series right here, because my original planning was for you all to be like in that building by now. But there's so darn much character development, which don't get me wrong, I actually really enjoyed. But it delayed things quite a bit. So
I know the feeling. Don't worry. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Died a few too many times at the beginning, or not
Yeah.
enough.
yeah. At any rate, we didn't get to tell all the story that we wanted to tell. So that's actually kind of cool because now we can do another season. So we'll look at probably bringing this back in January if everything works out. And I'd love to do some one-shots between now and then on our Saturday one-shot thing. So we'll try to see if we can make that schedule work for everybody. Yeah, we'll see more water content happening at least in January, if not before.
I
We'll
promised
find
to
out.
throw less middle fingers at Zan.
I
Oh, he
disbelieve
deserves all
you.
of them and even more.
Now,
I
They're gonna be
don't.
toes next time.
Don't call that yet.
But yeah, we're gonna go around do our favorite part of the Either favorite part of the season, favorite part of the series, scratch that, reverse it. Favorite part of the session, favorite part of the season, where we can find you next, and anything else you'd like to share. We're gonna do reverse order, so we're gonna start with Econorlax. What's your favorite part of the session, season, where can we find you, and all that good stuff.
My favorite part of the season. Wow, that was a long season. Now I can answer that on the spot now.
No worries, I can come back to you.
Too much happening.
Alright, we'll swing back
But
to you.
I liked the beginning when things were rough.
Yeah, that was fun. We'll definitely do more of that, I think, next season. We did kind of speed things up a little bit. It's like, we'll just gloss over how you got this stuff for a little bit. Try to speed things along.
You guys are gonna come back to the tub and just find all the stores gone, all the reservoirs gone.
Storms and creatures are a thing on this planet too.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
the
we know.
creatures. When we were
Storms
still
for
afraid
sure.
of the fish, when you still didn't knew the fish, that was the best part. Meeting all the creatures for the first time and learning and being surprised at least half of times.
And
And this session. Oh, this session was just crazy. It was one big moment.
so much chaos.
So yeah, I'm Econorlax. You can find me next on Thursday, Jay?
That's correct.
Yeah, so on Thursday on twitch.tv Alien Jays.
Next, we'll pass it on to, speaking of, pass it on to Jay. What's your favorite part of the session, season? Where can we find you next? And anything else you want to share?
Session, easy. Seeing Zan redeem 3 plot points. That was a fucking masterpiece, is what that was. And the fact that you didn't capitalize on it right away was fantastic. Not to overshadow everyone else's actions. I really, really enjoyed today's session, but that was like, it was a cherry on top of it. Season-wise, I would actually say, I think I'm with Econorlax on this, was kind of the intro bits, like the first handful of sessions where we were starting to get familiar with everything in the world, but also when we were still kind of working with just the tub. Like before we really turned the fridge into its own thing, before we even called it the fridge. Just kind of working through what we had rather than fabricating new, nice looking structures. We kind of had to like recycle and repurpose everything. That I think was my favorite bit. And just seeing how we all developed as characters was amazing. Anyway, you can find me on Twitter and Twitch at AlienJays. As Econorlax said, you can find me on my own channel for Don't Starve Together, which will also feature Alex at 11 a.m. Mountain Time on Thursday. Yeah. Thank you so much for hosting this.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a blast. Next, we'll toss it over to Pat. What was your favorite part of the session, season? Where can we find you, and anything else you want to share?
It's funny because I think my favorite part of the season was the end of last episode and just this whole episode. Like all of the bickering drama. Like
Much bickering.
I love that so much. It's as much as I enjoyed like the number crunching, survival, supply gathering stuff. Just the bickering and the like who nobody trusts anybody of it all. So yeah, I think this session just
Oh crap, now I've unlocked
everything like being sabotaged, and then last session I think just the confrontation of everybody meeting at the island. Yeah, I'm Pat. I'm Attacktrick on Twitter and Twitch. you can catch me next. I don't know. I think not till next week because I'm busy moving this week. So I think at the latest next Friday when Zan and Jay and Leland and I are going to be playing Divinity Original Sin 2 together.
Yeah, that game's cool. And we're also going to be role playing too. That's gonna make it even more interesting.
It's gonna be the best.
Please remind one of you remember to drop me a link when you guys are doing that because I want to watch.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Next, we'll hop over to Leland. What was your favorite part of the season, session, and where can we find you and all that good stuff?
My favorite part of the season, just a couple of different. I'd say just that. The easiest way for me to do this is just list like some bullet points. Like I really liked the character sheet that Econorlax worked on. Like I liked how automated all of that was. It took something that I was kind of worried was going to bog things down and made it like super automated and like made it flow really well and made it easy to keep up with. I really like slowly. I guess this sort of ties into that, but I really like slowly discovering the blueprints. Like I like finding them. And I also really liked the fact that I went in with the expectation that if someone died, they were going to come back as like a clone of themselves or like almost an exact copy of themselves. But everyone did a really good job of like if their character died, they came back as something totally different, and didn't take the lazy route. Because my plan was to just be like, oh yeah, I'm the same guy, you know, who also was a hairstylist,
I
you know.
take the lazy route. Susie was almost
but still,
at this exact same specs.
Okay, everyone but you. Everyone but you. Then you're not included. I'm just kidding.
Susie's still a very, very different
for sure.
character.
No, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah, all of that was very cool. As far as like specific moments, I really liked the moment where Boris got swallowed and the Kraken Viper like lifted my character up out of the water and I just sort of swam away from it when it stopped paying attention to me. It was a really cool scene. And as far as my favorite part of the session goes, let's kind of to reiterate the bickering thing was really funny, but just the beach scene, you know, like you've got these two plotting off over here, like further out into the ocean, and we're just like, you know, just arguing while working. Like I just had a cool like mental image in my head of that kind of also carried over from last episode as well. As far as where you can find me, what am I doing? I don't even know. Like we had this game on Wednesdays that's just been floating around in the air, like me and Patrick. So that's gonna come back at some point Wednesday nights, but I don't know. I'll plug that later. But yeah, I mean, I'm not. I guess a lot of my shows are ending. So next season, starting in September, I'll be in a really cool high school aged superhero game of Masks on this channel at a certain time, 8 p.m. Central. Is that right? 7 p.m. Mountain, 8 p.m. Central.
I believe that's going to be at 6 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time.
7
8 p.m. Eastern. 7 p.m. Central.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All those then. Yeah, that time. That's going to be really fun. I'm really excited about that. So look for me on next season and during one shots too. So.
Yep. All right. Next we've got Zan. What was your favorite part of the session season? Where can we find you next? Anything else you want to share or plug? It might be.
Yep.
muted.
Sorry, I was muted. Yep. Yeah, I'm Zan. I'm a professional GM, storyteller, and content creator for a whole bunch of games out there, for like D&D and World of Darkness setting and some other odds and ends out there. So where you can find me, I am doing. I'm in a campaign on Brambleberry Games channel. We're doing a Curse of Strahd remake on Friday nights, though the schedule has been slightly wonky of late. and fortnightly on Friday nights. After that, I'm on Polished Cryptid channel running a Vampire the Masquerade game titled Cutting Teeth. We're one session into that, so we're gonna see where all the madness lies on that one. And yeah, with this ending, my schedule has just drastically opened up. So if anybody knows any channels that are looking for cast, definitely let me know, because this is about the only hobby I have. Yeah, and let's see. Favorite part of the session was the bidding war. Just plot point after donation after plot point after donation of various interest, just arguing about the fate of how this was going to go. And so it was very nice kind of seeing the gods wage war over the fate of humanity. It was a very surreal feeling. As far as my favorite part of the campaign, it's a toss-up. I mean, just between the initial one plot point that was spent in the first episode, for there to suddenly be a duck. That has to be the best investment I've ever seen in a campaign, ever. Yeah, big shout out on Quackers right there. Big shout out on Quackers, man. Quackers is the shit. Favorite part of but there was that moment last session where everybody was standing around arguing and not getting anything done, and there was just the quiet whisper on the wind of dumbasses, and I found that oddly peaceful, oddly settling.
That was the ode to his spirit.
Yep, it's the ode to Lemuel, dumbasses. That's all my stuff. I'm gonna quit rambling now. Yeah.
That's great. Big shout out for Quackers. Quackers, I think, has pretty much impenetrable plot armor at this point.
Certainly Kraken Viper repellent.
Right?
Yeah, so great. Next we've got Alex. What was your favorite part of the session, the season? Where can we find you? Anything else you'd like to share?
Hi, I'm Alex. I'm a digital artist. You can find me around on Twitter at Agent Boss, where I post art on occasion. As some of you saw earlier in the game, I did some updated art of what Susie looks like now, and I'm very proud of it, especially with how the macro Gar came out. Did you know that Gar have the doofiest faces for a fish? Seriously, they have a doofy smile.
Yeah, I have alligator gar in my local area, and I see them in the creek sometime, and I'm like, God, this thing's scary but goofy at the same time.
Yeah, I know, right? I was like, how do I make this scarier? I don't think I can. God, favorite moment of the season? When Boris was having an existential crisis, floating away on the top of the water, as 3 macrogar start humping in the remains of his friends.
Oh no.
That is my moment of the season.
I think
Boris floating away.
The 3
that
Kraken
was
Viper, you mean?
Krakens, not macrogars. Let's not say
Kraken
it short.
Vipers. Kraken Viper, sorry. Kraken
Yeah,
Gar.
way bigger.
Yeah. Sorry, Kraken Vipers. Yes, no, but just the existential dread as Boris disassociated out of there.
Yeah.
He was gone in more than it was one. Favorite moment of this session? Tamsin just being like, nope, we're going out there in the water where it's dangerous. Fuck this shit.
Fucking arguing, you just put your snow pants on. Let's fucking go.
Oh, fantastic. And where can we find you next?
You can find me next on Thursday over on Jay's channel, and then back here next season for Animus Ascentus. I'm taking a bit of a break from a lot of extra games so I can play seasonal games, so I can play some one shots. So if anybody's looking for a one shot player, I would love to jump in on your games.
Fantastic. So, oh man, so many different good parts for me to talk about. First of all, before I forget, thank you so much to Michael Wade for helping us just crush the viewer action goal for tonight. Since we did hit that goal, I did go ahead and throw in a bonus of triple crits. So I gave 2 crits to the cast and 1 to me, just as a thank you for helping us reach that goal. And that was, I'm with Zan on that. It was pretty great seeing, people using guild coins and donations and everything, just plot points back and forth.
I had to resist using more.
I just like the fact that I just like, well, fuck, I have enough to do 1 plot point. Let's be petty.
It was so great. Yeah, this whole season was a lot of fun. I've had an absolute blast creating this game and being able to, just play around without, the only limitation being your imagination in a world inspired by one of my favorite video games. So that's been a whole lot of fun. But my favorite part of the season, probably just the character development, which I wasn't quite expecting. I figured you'd all be too busy trying to stay alive and building things, but you all went pretty all in on the character development, and that was great. Michael said I went through all mine today, so starting the new season at 0.
Can I say something just quick?
Yeah.
I feel like the best part about that was that even though we knew we could die at any moment, we still developed the characters as if we were going to live the whole time.
Oh yeah, it was amazing.
I made Susie as a throwaway, this is a clone of Chuck. Chuck had a daughter. She's a clone of them.
Well, thanks for reminding us you're excluded yet again from one of them.
No, but I made her with the idea of she probably won't survive much longer than Chuck. And I was like, oh no, she's really good at this. Oh no, I actually care about her. I need her to survive now.
Oh no.
I
was legit afraid for her out there with the stasis rifle. I was like, oh fuck, she's gonna die.
Right. I didn't plan for Tamsin to be afraid of the water.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I had Scaredy Cat at the first, then I was like, no, this makes perfect sense. She wouldn't want to step foot in that.
What are you doing, Zan? So yeah, I think favorite part of the season, I'm gonna say for Tamsin, it was the dedication to getting the telescope and the observatory. That was really cool. Boris was frustrated at everybody was actually quite entertaining. But my favorite part about Boris was the attachment to Susie that developed, and just being that sort of gruff, I'm your parrot now type personality was great. Owen and Dylan both were fantastic. I loved Dylan's oh hey, I'm gonna lick this thing, or I'm just gonna do something that's a really bad decision, and then surprisingly surviving most of it. And then Owen was just a lot of fun with the gullible thing, and just being like, oh yeah, of course this robot's my new best friend. It was so great. Lyle miraculously surviving so many things. That goes for Boris too. I mean, Boris was literally swallowed by a Kraken Viper twice and survived both times. But Lyle just surviving and oftentimes being the quiet voice of reason for the party. It was just great. Just at the right moments when everybody's super upset, and Lyle just comes in with this hey, what if we, calm down for a second? And everybody's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, we can do that. Sorry, I messed the camera up, but whatever.
No, you're good. And just being the keeper of quackers, the Lemuel was such a hard character for the other characters to love, but I think for all of the players was just absolutely lovable.
I was actually really sad when Lemuel died because I know Tamsin and Lemuel had that like bonding moment under the stars that one night.
Yeah.
Oh, it killed me.
Yeah. And then Wilfred just, holy cow, so nefarious and sneaky and yeah, just definite.
The word
like,
you're looking for is villainous.
Yeah.
I'm
Zan is
typecast
right
for
there.
a reason.
Kinda
Yeah, I was
gives
gonna say
me,
Zan's right there. Come on.
Dr. Smith from Lost in Space? Those kind of vibes. Like that, like everybody knows that they're up to something, but you can never really quite prove it. So you're always just like, are they though? Or maybe they're innocent, but they're also no. So it was great. And then,
I usually
yeah.
play the asshole personally, so this was actually my attempt at doing something different for once.
Yeah. Jay, if you want to see Zan in a non-evil role, go back to the second half of Hunters of Calamity 1 and Sleeve Saya. I don't know that Sleeve Saya was necessarily a good character, but I don't think they were evil.
Sleeve Sai was very morally ambiguous.
Yeah.
It was he was not out to hurt people, but he might have been out to just see what they could get away with. Yeah, they were programmed by someone who ate a grenade one time, so
And
you
lived.
know the stability was not necessarily inherent in programming.
And then with with Chuck and Susie, just the stubbornness of working with the wildlife, especially Susie basically just becoming the macrogar hunter. That was great.
I think you
Yeah,
mean
those are-
Macrogar Whisperer. Macrogar Whisperer.
A little from column A, a little from column B.
Yeah, a little bit.
I mean macrogar hunter in the sense of like crocodile hunter.
Where the whispering fails, the hunting, takes over.
But yeah, those were all my favorite parts about all of your characters and everything. And then tonight it was just the utter chaos of it, and almost getting to kill a few of you.
Holy shit! I'm so glad you went with that option, though. That
I thought
option
you'd
made
enjoy
me
that.
very happy. It was just like, wow, congratulations! One of Susie's like dreams she had on this planet just came true.
It was it's the perfect cinematic timing on that. It was like, no, this is too good. We're putting it in. We're doing it this way. It's great. Yeah, it's all been absolutely fantastic. This is the end of season 4 for Blackfeather Guild. This is the last show of the season, so we'll be taking a 2-week break so that I don't die, and that I have time to prep for season 5, which will start September 1st. I am thoroughly going to enjoy my break, so you won't see me on Twitch for a couple of weeks, but you can find me on TikTok now, and I will be making a couple of videos between now and season 5. So if you're curious about that, my TikTok is just same as my Twitter, so it's /TheRaven, spelled just like that. And I'm going to be doing TikTok tabletop adventures, where you can basically I'll present a scene as the DM. You all can watch that, make comments, and or vote on comments, and then based on the thing that's most interesting or has the most likes or said the most, I'll take that as the party's action, make some rolls, then we'll make the next scene video and things like that. So I do have a video up right now if you want to check it out, where I just basically summarize what I just said, but there's the option to comment on what genre you'd like to start with. So I haven't picked the genre, like fantasy, sci-fi, whatever. Feel free to go check that out, comment on it, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to keep doing that for a while. So I won't be completely gone for 2 weeks. Find me there, but I will be off of Twitch for a couple weeks. So the next time you'll see me will be on Twitch will be September 1st at 6 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time for Hunters of Calamity 2, which will also be a fundamental RPG game. And we'll also have Zan and Pat in there, and I think that's everybody from this cast. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, thanks to sponsors Fundamental RPG and Grinding Coffee Company for the support and sponsoring. I'm gonna throw that in chat. Oh, that was the other thing. We'll for sure do another season of this at some point, probably in January. But I'm gonna try to see if we can fit our schedules together for some Saturday one-shots here and there between now and then to keep the story going. Yeah, thank you again to everybody. We're gonna go on our raid. Just make sure that they're still live. They are. We're gonna go raid Deaf Waltz. They do a lot of variety stream type stuff, and they're really cool. They've done some charity stuff in the past, and I've always enjoyed their streams. So check them out, give them a follow if you're not doing so already. And I think that's it. So we'll see you next season. Bye, everybody.